right. Well, we're here. We're finally here. Arena Coliseum battle in Black Void on Friday night, Bracket 1. I'm so happy to be the Arbiter for you today, playing Black Void, and today we'll be doing, basically, like I said, a PvP Coliseum between some of our most talented players, bloodthirsty, friendships forged prior, only to be ripped away in the ever-powerful Cephalopod game. Oh, my name is Anthony. I'll be the arbiter for today. You can find me on Twitter at Praying the Plague. But really, I wanted to say thank you to our sponsors, Modifius, and everybody over working with Black Void, Mitch Castillos, and Christoph for providing such an amazing Bronze Age role-playing game with the Eldritch tinge that you need to really get you invested and scared in what's happening. This is going to be a bloody, damaging combat, but I'm hoping to see some beautiful poetic moments shine through. And how would that be possible without the aid of an amazing cast and their wonderful characters? In no particular order, I'm going to start with Rinspeth, played by the wonderful Darby. Please take it away.
Hello. I'm My name is Darby. I use she/her pronouns, and I'll be playing Rinspeth. Totally normal, not reused name of a character whatsoever. Who also uses she/her pronouns.
Dangerous, and we'll see what she looks like when we get in the arena there. And we'll be moving on to Skipp.
Whoa. I am Fae Trouble, or Angel, and I'm going to be playing Skipp tonight. They use she/they pronouns, and then I use they/them pronouns. We're both nice. They're very tough and throwable, and I'm ready for blood tonight.
Blood you will have. Next up, we have the wonderfully painted and newly minted Minta Deon, played by our wonderful Scribbling Penny. Take it away.
Hello, I am Scribbling Penny Scribbles, and tonight I will be playing Minta Deon, whose heart will go on. There will be things, and I'm just very excited for all the blood. No bones, don't even. No. It's gonna be a good night. Sacrifices must be made.
The surprise... the sacrifices indeed. And the surprise has been let out. We do have a wonderful... This is, in fact, No Bones on a Bones Day. Everybody, please say welcome to our resident bone aficionado and expert, No Bones, played by the wonderful Ian.
I'm disappointed by the pun. I don't know what No Bones is. I don't know who No Bones is. I know that I'm playing No Bones, and I'm trying to figure that out. No Bones was not invented by me. It was discovered by me. He, they pronouns, he, him pronouns is me on Twitter at ENVJames. I like to talk about Pathfinder. But I like all crunchy peanut butter, so that's why I'm here playing Black Void. That's all.
Yeah, on it. And definitely last but not least, the wonderful rogue swashbuckling Vernim in classic attire as well, played by the wonderful Sir Hooper. Take it away.
I am Sir Hooper. Hooper is fine. Playing Vernim, we're both he, him. I'm fine being least. That's cool with me. In fact, I'll pay you not to hurt me. So, we'll strike a deal. It's cool. Either way.
All right, and before I get into my persona here in the wonderful and eternal city of Lynn under the sun of Black Void, we'll be going over a little bit of stream donations and a couple of talk about what it is. So this is going to be a competition with giveaways and prizes, and I want to get hype about it. And build support for it in time for the next brackets and the ultimate winners. So whoever wins tonight will move on to the winners bracket in 2 weeks on the 17th to figure out who is the true winner of this Black Void tournament, and we'll have a second bracket next week with another 5 players as well, and then those two will fight off in the winners. bracket. Retweet, interact, engage with us in the community and on Twitter. There'll be giveaways of the game. Black Void has a new book, coming out, and it's going to be quite amazing. I mean, look at that glossy shine. The O on the Void actually being the Void itself. I love it. The new source book is going to be quite amazing. A lot of adventures to be had as well. But most importantly, the true winner, the winner of that 17th game, will actually, pardon, will be immortalized in the actual books. They're going to have art and descriptions, and they're going to be part of the Black Void universe for you to play with. I mean, one of these players might get to see themselves, in NPC form, with legendary status, and Cephalopod game winner. Where maybe they're rich, but maybe they don't. We'll see what they do with the money, right? That's the important part. And without further ado, I will introduce the city of Lynn. Lynn, the Eternal City, the city where all things reside and the nexus for all realms in this new space. The Earth between 2000 and 1000 BCE was ripped out from its position, and humanity knew true fear. They knew the Black Void before them. They saw endless night creatures of unfathomable horror as their gods and their votive figures failed them, and they were pulled into the void. Now, some time later, civilization has restructured with whatever remnants of humans there were amalgamated into this weird culture where all spaces kind of collide, but at the same time take influence of the multiple realms and void space that crawl in here. This is a space clear of void, of evil, of sadness, and of trap music. We have no trap music in Lynn. There's, I promise, but it's just a horrifying place. All right, it is the only respite. It's the only place where everything is horrifying, but at least you can relax a little bit. And again, because this is Bronze Age, there are an extremely complicated hierarchy and webs of social connections. People who are bored and want to see more than their lives as laborers or serfs or even craftsmen, allow them to be. So we find ourselves in one of the central districts of the city, Der Bitan, a city, a region of waterways, of trade folk, of markets, as far as the eye can see, where everybody's selling everything from bile of silt shark all the way to actual, just meats and flora and fauna from weird dimensions that you can cook up and stir fry, right in your very home. Who cares what happens to you? Who cares if you eat any void? It's delicious. Can't get it anywhere else. To Din only, I promise. That's the kind of general mood that we have in Der Bitan. We start with a wide assortment of castes, where kind of all peoples, and all the way from Kalbi, the casteless, all the way to Saru, the priesthood, the theocratic leaders of society, and those that kind of put themselves above all, who sit in the north seat, waiting, judging our contestants. They hire a drunk who would help them with a prior adventure, spouting sometimes nonsense, sometimes words spoken in truth. This character shrouded in fate, known as the Prophet. So we take ourselves now to this beautiful 3-amphitheatered arena known as the Mastan Canal Arena. In the center of Der Bitan, essentially in the center of Lynn itself, the true nexus. And what is at the center of all things but violence, hatred, bloodshed, spilling into the red room below, coloring it red or purple, depending on what gets killed within the arena. Welcome all to Lynn as we fight once more in the arena. In the East Gate, we have the bespectacled, maked-up, ruined blood sacrificer Minta Deon. Opening up to this East Gate, as you see serfs and members of the Baltu and Sharva caste sitting in the lower rings, some lower than others, some so low they can barely see, or if there was any flooding or the canals from underneath Derbyton rose up would swallow them whole. They don't care. They're happy to see many get represented. Minta has built up quite a following amongst cult-like figures and the lower castes, as she promises life after death and the work of something greater. Behind Minta, we have an assortment of followers, clad in runes of her own design, willing and able, following her every path, listening to her every word, down to her ankles, praising her where she can, where they can. Minta, what do you say to the crowd? What do you say to earn your incentives here?
So as Minta walks out, just completely clad in all white, this attire, as well as her followers, just so that any form of blood is readily visible as they walk across the sands in the Colosseum. But she doesn't look up to the crowd. She looks very focused as she just sort of walks to the center of the stadium, her eyes just sort of peering about, and she just has this small smile on her face. But she looks like she's ready for something, at least.
So towards the stadium, looking around, ready, almost like you know what's happening, and a little bit of an unfair advantage. It's almost like someone who followed you or you follow them snuck you some information behind the scenes. Everybody, if you liked Minta Deon, please remember this is a game where you can really immortalize your character. So I'll be talking a little bit about retweet and sub goals. For our retweet goal, you'll be hitting. Everybody will get a little bit of health to keep the fight going a little bit longer. Sub goal, which is 5, everybody will take a higher defense value and be a little harder to hit, really ensuring a little bit more combat between your favorite combatants. And of course, with donations in intervals, we'll be going Bane, Boon, Bane, opposite, Boon, Bane. They'll be receiving a sponsorship from one of the higher or lower castes, whatever the city of Lynn can provide, to assist in the bloodshed. Next up, out of the south gate, we have 2 figures clashing for dominance in the arena as the prophet speaks of the wiggly one and the roguish one who leads out of the south gate. Vernim and No Bones push off each other as they gain their appropriate footing in the sand at a good distance away from each other. No Bones and Vernim clashing for the audience's eyes. What do each of you say, trying to one-up the other?
No Bones says nothing. There's nothing to say to the boned one.
Just so this armored but skinny, sort of like just a thin cannon in a suit, kind of looking around, being like, with a giant battle axe.
Yep.
Okay, so you're flexing on them.
Yep.
Literally, you're just trying to
I
to
spent
close on these people.
everything on that battle axe. Yeah.
Okay, so the battle axe is what's important. Lower cast members, the Sharva and the Baltu, kind of raise up and try to grab it, and it's kind of on your ankles, but they're not able to keep a foothold, as your position is just too much for them to handle. They can't move your legs.
It's the backhanding that did it, but yeah.
The backhand.
Vernim is going to in one of his hands, he's just got this tall glass shisha and just inhale a massive lungful and spew the smoke all over No Bones, or at least in his direction, as much as he can get.
And this is was this just shisha, or is this a worm? What is shisha?
Oh,
is this
yeah,
is this a fantasy drug?
When he takes the hit from like the base of the glass vial up through the hose into his mouth. It's just this neon green glow.
So you're inhaling, radon neon. You're just doing it all radioactive, right? Who cares what
yeah.
happens, right? You're just you're really feeling the void within you. You can look up a little bit and see through the sky, past the stars, and into the blackness beyond, and even what lies beyond that, beyond the blackness. So that's great. Next up. Out of the west gate, we have our true poetic justice, Skipp, clad in strong armor, dual-wielding the strongest arms provided to the Sharva caste. I'm sorry, correction? Kalbi. Oh, it is a mud person. I understand. I'm sorry, everyone. There's been a correction. This person has no home, no holdings, no land or status, but has somehow made it to this arena to fight on equal ground with you all today. Of course, the Cephalopod game is known for this, and you better be happy. That's what it's for. Skipp, what do you have to say?
Skipp shakes their head as you're giving my mud description of how unfortunate my circumstances are, and they're just and they kind of lose confidence in their arms. They shout to the crowd, "I may be underprivileged and small, but know when I bleed for you today, I bleed for you today." And they take out their short sword and they clang it against the ground, not dropping it, but to.
Your tiny voice carries only so far as the ring of Muati, of craftsmen and artisans who kind of hear you. They're able to pick up with some of their tuned ears, working on finer arts all days. But the clanking reaches to some of the higher levels, and the Sarnish, the Maalu, and even a couple of Saru look down and see this mud person with their own eyes, and they realize that they could be celebrating your name the next day. A Saru throws a sack of din just straight at you, but he's trying to beam you with it. He's not. It's not a happy thing. It's pretty far away. You're able to dodge it without much. But how do you respond to this in a positive or negative way?
I throw out my arms and I spit on the ground.
Yes! the lower caste, especially the lower members, you spit on their gold, and they see this as a way to rise up against the Saru, as a form of passive resistance, to cheer on a fellow mud person without a hovel even in there, and being greater than what those lofty fools on their asses sit upstairs doing. All right, pretty good for you. Okay. And last but not least, here before us in the north seat, we have Rinspeth and her beautiful Akobi.
Rin is just going to blow kisses into the crowd and just take a bow, and have Voodle, the Okapi, you know that thing where you can get horses to sort of kneel for a second? Just both of us just big performer arms up sort of doohickey.
Full disclosure, everyone, the only reason she's under the north seat is because a Townsguard family member let her in. But the Saru liked the way the Akobi looked, all right? It's not about Rinspeth. It's just another Sharva, right? Let's see if they can do, those cobblers proud and make something of herself here, right? And so this prophet is quite an ass. And he
Rin's gonna
wants
do
to
a
inspire.
backflip.
Woo! crowd just completely, goes wild, losing it, right? Just absolutely so excited to see the acrobatics. No roll required. You just do it. That could have been easily a failed roll with a crippling injury. But even though it is that kind of game, we do get one pass for stuff like that. So, without further ado, the crowd goes quiet as the prophet raises both of these sleeves and say, "In the middle, you will notice something that many of you fear: blood magic and rituals. If any of you dare to enter the center or bring sacrifices that you may have, you may find boons or banes to your liking at the center of this arena. Will any of you take this cornucopia of magic? Will anybody take this boon for themselves? Find out now on CEPHALOPOD Game!" There's like a giant ring. Yeah, the clava. There's a giant ring, couple gongs, and in fact, a couple of trunked, one-eyed animals, pinkish-hued in nature, with like purple pupils, kind of like, opening up their little like cyclops slit, and just kind of trunking out, for everybody to hear, right? As it's heard all over Derbyton, signaling everybody in the nearby regions to come and see the bloodshed as it grows. At this point, we will immediately enter initiative. So everybody
What?
will.
Okay.
We're in it, baby.
It's on. It's on. Talking is a free action. That's always a classic one. If anybody would like
All
to
right.
call out to their competitors, but it is on.
Yeah, I'd like
So
to
is
say,
crying.
fuck this.
Wow.
Indeed, though. Fuck this, indeed.
Yeah.
These are
What do we
some-
add to these again?
All right. Good question. For initiative, we will add our agility modifier along with any talents that raise initiative, if anybody has any, or other attributes of any kind.
Got those.
Ah, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
I've died. I've lost.
I've lost initiative. I've lost the Ceph game.
I'm just
do I
adding up
roll
everybody's
for-
little.
Do I roll for Voodle?
Indeed. And so if anybody has a little companion, please roll for your little companion as well. I will say that there are 2 little companions in the arena that you do notice. Like I said, that'll be the Apoki Voodle that belongs to Rinspeth. But we also have a little cute. Ooh, we have a little sludge rat. Ooh, we have a little sludgy. Ooh, a little rat. Oh, it's got blisters and bile. It's plagued, but it serves his loyal master well. As we all know, ratties can be some of the hardiest little friends that we could possibly have in any age.
He's a good
actually,
boy.
That is timeless. Is a good boy. You good little boy. That's gonna be, and that'll be Vernim's little sludgy that we will do. So we'll roll for sludgy and Apaki as well. Good for Apaki. We're gonna go ahead and add them on, and same thing with sludgy, and we'll add him on. We'll start with a little bit of Tonkin. And so for sludgy, got a 12, which is pretty high. I mean, that's like a crit for sludgy. Sludgy's like on fire right now. Would you like to describe a cool thing that sludgy does for being literally faster than anybody else?
Oh, Sludgy is going to, unfortunately, get into my pack, find one of the glowworms, eat it, and when he pokes his little head out, he is also now glowing a neon green.
We're growing in neon green, okay. And so we are all in initiative, is that correct? We're all in here? Missing anybody? No?
I think we're good.
No, I think we got everybody. Okay, it's on. We'll start. Yep. Oh, actually, you tie. This actually means that Sludgy and you go at the same time, and it resolves at the same time. This is a great part of this system, everybody. That if there's no like ties or one goes after the other. It's like literally the Rocky both punches at the same time and they both die at the same time, which can totally happen. So let's see what Vernim and Sludgy start to do. Before that happens, you start to see the stone around the altar open up as small worm-like creatures move into the altar and disappear. This happens at a constant pace as the purple glow begins to grow stronger. If any of you are particularly just partial to the blood arts, I think that would be Minta. Minta, you can tell the blood potency of the ring is increasing. And whatever happens, Bane or Boon, will be stronger than it was originally.
Excellent. Sorry, so the blood ritual in the center is increasing in potency?
It is. It is. So it's getting purple. It's glowing. There seems to be blood seeping off the stone. It's growing. Somebody needs to take advantage of this, or maybe not, as fast as they can if they want to get there before somebody else. All right, Vernim and Sludgy. What do we got?
Vernim is gonna reach into his pack, pull out a small satchel of just a whole bunch of din, and toss it towards No Bones, saying, "You and me, we're the last ones. That's for you."
Okay, I'm going to interpret that as. So we'll take that as a social roll, okay? Average difficulty. This is a D12 system, everybody. So 1 is a huge factor here. This will be like a social roll. So I will say that because you are being, cooperative and interested, you have a relatively low difficulty to meet if you are trying to persuade No Bones into at least some sort of affability. Please roll a persuasion or a presence roll with an appropriate skill modifier if you have any. And then name what that skill is, and let's see, reaching out your heart with your one action to No Bones. Let's see what happens. The prophet is like,
no.
Go ahead, no, please.
No skills, but it's
all right,
12.
so we got a basic roll. We got a basic action. Yeah. Okay.
A critical
All
success.
right. Yeah, it is a critical success. That is actually ridiculous. Okay. Huh. All right. So we'll do this, okay? It was only a difficulty 4 challenge. The severity of your success is such that it's just so golden that other members of Baltu and of Baltu cast, which is yours, one above no cast, but one less than artisans. So they're still sort of unskilled laborers, right? Kind of rush up and take the gold, pass it amongst themselves just a little bit, and they're like, they speak the name Vernim among the rafters beneath you, and you find that you have stronger friends with this display than just No Bones. No Bones, of course, you do feel, at least this has a strong likelihood to create some sort of empathy within your heart, even if empathy is fully boned. You don't need bones for empathy.
I don't have an empathetic bone in my body.
Wrecked.
But yeah, that's me.
What does Sludgy do?
Sludgy's just gonna crawl up on my shoulder, kind of like a little scarf, and is just in the stance, just ready. So he's just gonna hold his action in case any combatants get too close. He's gonna bite them.
Okay, so Sludgy's on alert. Guard Sludgy. Who needs a puppy when you got a guard rat that if you stab him, you get poisoned, right? Let's go. Like, let's go. A couple of Baltu hold out each their own sludge rats that they've also earned, and they're like the true rat. They call out. They're like, Sludgy is the chosen rat. Right, and they feel like their rats are represented. You're really repping Baltu here with your general dishevelry. Next up, we're going to have Minta Deon.
Yes. So Minta is definitely eyeing that ritual in the center. And she just sort of like snaps her finger at one of her followers to go over and look at it. Probably because they're a little bit faster than she is, being of the land and whatnot. She doesn't have time to make sure that this thing is safe for her. So yeah, she's going to send them on to explore it. Make sure it's not a trap.
Praise Ea! What is she doing? I can't believe it, everyone. This Muati, this fake aristocrat climbs and leads these other servants and serfs into the gutters where they belong as their blood runs red on the ground. They just like, do you send 1, 2, or 3 in?
Just one.
Just one. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this, you command. This is the one at the front of your follower line. This is the most enthusiastic. This person sprints right into it. You can see that this is a void-marked person like you are, tentacled, multiple eyes, blue skin, scales, right? Or blue scales, right? As sort of kind of walks in, and before this, like half tentacled, one leg is a tentacle, one leg is a regular leg, getting close to the blood ritual, kind of calls out, Akra was proud to serve Minta Deon. May her quest run with the power of the crimson blood that she sows, and runs right in, just sprints with the tentacles kind of flopping, as going on the suction cups throughout straight to the altar. Runs in, and you see like a flash as the purple flame gets even bigger, and you've really felt the level of the potency get to a whole new level. It is growing and growing, and it will continue to absorb for some time, grow to such a point that to loose it on somebody would be awfully irresponsible, which, I mean, it's okay, right? That's how it goes. The prophet is horrified,
fantastic.
And so are the others. Yeah.
So we can feed it.
That's ran someone right in. Okay. So that'll be your turn with the command. Next up, we'll have actually Voodle.
Can I just have Voodle just like prance around in like circles, just like very flashy, showy? Just trying to woo the crowd with Voodle's Voodleness.
Sure. Just try to. So, okay, that's a good one. So Voodle's gonna prance around, and you know what? How about you perform some sort of persuasion or presence check with Voodle stats, and see if the pretty prancing you've taught Voodle has, really will help out here.
Understood. Okay. It looks like Voodle's presence is a 0.
That is correct, indeed. So that modifier, I'm pretty sure, is a -3.
Fun. Let's.
Let me make sure.
2, 3. Not bad for a -3.
Voodle. Voodle trips around as in a copy, tranching and tramping around, and one of Voodle's hoofs gets caught and does a slight trip up for a second before regains its prance. The Saru and the Ma'alu cast laugh immediately. Look at this one, barely able to train her stable animals. You should see one of the 40 I own behind the city. It's really quite nothing. I'll introduce you to the trainer. The laughter from above kind of levels down the rings as Derbitan, or the current goers of the Mistan Canal Arena in Derbitan, represent a pretty good slice of all of the population of Lynn. The lower castes don't laugh, and the artisan caste stays steadfast and kind of trusting you and trying to, kind of stand by you. They shush the lower castes beneath them, and so half is laughing and half is silent, right? A clear divide, right? So there's sometimes more is said with what is not said, with what is not spoken than what is spoken. That'll be Voodle's turn. Moving on to Skipp.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Oh,
Sorry.
oh, jeez.
Oh, man. Everyone's big and scary. I'm gonna take the short sword that I previously had out and sheath it and walk towards the right side slowly.
So towards the altar,
kinda,
slowly.
Yeah, towards not quite in the middle, but going around to kind of gauge who's gonna fuck with me first. If so.
Yeah, you're scanning. You're really, you're scanning around, trying to get a full vantage point of everybody. All right. What would be pretty solid for you to do in this case, I will suggest a maneuver that would be appropriate. And, I'll suggest two, and you can kind of, or if you find another one, you can pick one of those. So I would say either feint, which you don't do any damage, but if anybody, well, you can basically, as a reaction, distract somebody and kind of use subterfuge to distract them or get them away so they don't do anything to you. You can also take a defensive stance and just plant your feet in the ground after searching for a little bit and ready yourself. These are two pretty solid ready movements, or you can just kind of one of those, or dodging, anything that you would just be sort of using to get around without taking damage.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go up at not within 6 feet of the two to the right, and I'm gonna take that stance and plant my feet there and try to garner eye contact.
Okay, let's see how far that is. Okay, and what is your move?
My move
I
distance.
think it should be, if I'm not mistaken, around 5-7-ish. Basically, it's gonna take double your speed to get there.
You can run.
Oh, okay.
So you can run over there. Yeah, you can just
Can't hide.
in order to get there. You'll have to run at them and then just stop. Red light, green light.
Can I do a light
Stop.
walk? I don't want to be too intimidating. I don't want to be
Yeah.
It
It can be a power walk. Sure, you can definitely power walk your way over there.
Okay, cool. And I think I'm gonna rest my turn there, kind of.
Okay, yeah.
Feel it out.
Yeah, that was your move action. That's good. All right. Finally, we have Rinspeth. Oh, not finally. I'm sorry. I was forgetting the cast member. Says the prophet. Rinspeth, up to you.
Rinspeth
Ouch.
Talking is free.
Talking is a free action. Please be free. Please feel free to talk amongst each other at any point, your turn or not.
Okay. Well, Rin is going to mount Voodle, and she's going to like in Trick Riding. There's like a thing where you'll like flip onto the saddle or something. Like you'll just like bounce, and she'll just like leap onto the saddle, and just with her spear in one hand and then Voodle's reins in the other. She'll point up at the top part of the crowd and just say, what was I about to say? Yeah! You might laugh at Voodle, but we're still bringing your attention in, so I thank you very kindly, and bow.
You get the response of actually artisan members of your cast. There's actually a tradition in Derbyton, since it's underwater all the time, that if they can be underwater, they should be under wine. They have this sort of water balloon type structure that's like vellum, thin animal skin, barely making a sort of membrane covering a sack, a sack of red wine. So you get about 100 of these vellum sacks getting thrown at you, each popping in a little burst of wine. You're able to drink if you'd like, and take a little of intoxication, as they sort of or spear a couple with your spear and sort of pop them, and sort of Voodle's like, the long like elk tongue, just
Yeah.
licking up the wine that he can. It's okay. Void creatures can drink wine. Everybody, it's in their physiology. No void creatures were harmed in the making of this Colosseum. So, yeah, mounted. All right, yeah, and they're happy about you. And last, but actually least, we have the cast list. No bones. With the first move, the goal, the sack of dinar right there. Next to that Vernim tossed, and all the other goings on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it. I don't expect anyone's coming up to this corner. Things are gonna be moving pretty quickly. But as Skipp skips on over here, is that correct?
Yeah, they're kind of like.
Indeed, did. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
This is different.
You're both.
I'm trained to kill.
And I have nothing else. Look at me.
Look at him. I'm pointing over to the man that I'm afraid to fight. Several meters out.
Do you need a projectile? Because
No.
not that heavy.
Look out for that creature. But let him kill the witch. Up this way. I want to head over to, in an attempt to get my friend here to follow me, I'm going to head over to the stairs to try to hide in sort of the crook. I'm going to run and tuck in at the ramp for the stairs to the altar.
And
To hopefully
sort of,
just horizontal guillotine with the battle axe if someone comes too close,
Get ready. Sure. Okay. And that puts us back at the top of initiative. No Bones does a little, if anybody's, I have to make this joke. I love it very much. I really do think of No Bones as a loinclothed, club-wielding, soul level 1 Dark Souls character, just fast rolling into every situation, I-framing everything, living through most situations, going through life rolling. So this is a perfectly characteristic mud person thing to do. Good for, your Colby cast. And something you're very used to. So, you go and rush by the stairs, right? And that's it. Okay. this is where it gets good. Wonderful tech, would you please take me to the next stage? A rumbling occurs, and that'll come in just a second, but a rumbling occurs from what you hear beneath the altar as a couple of people approached it, drawing in its masses. The actual sand above it begins to swallow up the stone structure, leaving, as the sort of blood ritual circle seems to sort of morph to the shape of the sand, right? Always staying above it. You don't actually know how deep the source of the divination goes. Skipp, do you want to say anything as you look on in horror?
I like catch myself and I
Oh.
try to look a little less afraid when my face is clearly afraid. I'm just like,
Shaking back, yeah, but got the straight face, straight face through the whole thing. The prophet says, "And now, everybody, what you come to the Mastan Canal Arena to see the finest creatures in all of Lynn and beyond." As we go, essentially, the sand covers the stone, and all that's really left is a sort of and we'll see it in a bit, but basically, it is a metal grate. That is all that is left as the stone platform in the middle gives away. The grate begins to open as what initially seems horrifying to everyone is a 6-legged, gargantuan, tick-like creature with a long proboscis, sort of Cloverfield 6-legged its way up the pit and out. As the purple circle stays, like I said, gargantuan. The purple circle morphs to whatever the surface there is. It morphs to this creature. This creature actually turns out to be something that I will put on the map right now. Normally, and this is something that everybody will know, a generally docile and normally nice creature by the name of a Kuth. With the sort of purple,
Delicious.
right? Let's imagine right below it, right,
Oh, it's
right on
just a
top of it.
friend.
As about one.
Wait. All right, chat. Tell me how bad I fucked up, cause I don't know. The shadow's comforting, at least.
The shadow. Oh, it's like two of the legs are like right over you, and you're kind of like in between two of like these long stilt legs, in between both sides, right? As the creature sorts of like, it doesn't have I wouldn't say like a proboscis. It has like actually like little like crab mouth, like little. Just tries to like filter feed. Yeah. It just tries to little like filter feed on the air, as it sort of lumbers around and gets to use to its surroundings in a slow way. You can see now what is on top of the Kuth. This is a Quuth. You will see a small hut-like structure with 6 purple geese-like creatures hanging from their from their tail wings, basically, or tail wing analogies, from the top of the hut, squirming and trying to get free. 3 arrested and like bound clothesless humans, no visible half-blood or void-marked features, kneeling and blindfolded, and 2 red-robed figures performing with what can only be described as blood ritual preparation, right? So we have a Kuth, a normally docile creature that is scared being in a foreign environment, a purple sacrificing circle on top of it, and several sacrifices with some blood mages getting the sacrifices ready. Okay? And this is what goes on as we enter the next arena, and I will only be rolling initiative for the Kuth. Vernim and Sludgy, you're up. Again, anybody can speak to anybody at any time.
There's not gonna be a friend
yeah.
in a minute, Bones.
Oh no. What do you mean? Oh. I'm just battle axe. I have to recalculate. I made a calculated risk, but boy, am I bad at math.
It's right next to it, right on top of it. I gotta roll. Ooh, gotta roll. Ooh, I gotta roll. Ooh, I gotta roll.
I suppose no bones means no brains as well.
Wrecked. Actually destroyed.
Oh man.
GG.
The prophet is literally like,
Go home.
burn.
Vernim's just gonna take a few casual steps, kind of circling closer to Skipp, and just call over. All right, over there. I got something. You need something to calm your nerves.
Fine. What are you talking about? But I'll.
I'm just no shame.
You talking about drugs?
What do you have exactly?
Just kind of like gesture towards the top of the pipe that's still sticking out of his pack.
Calming sounds.
Done.
Oh. I see. You can't guarantee me that that's not poison.
But you saw me smoke it when I came in, so
Smoke it
can
again. Right now.
I will use my action to grab the hose and just take a big old puff of it.
I watch him.
I'm gonna stare him down. Let's see how this goes. Vernim takes a fat rip of radioactive worm, and just you see this worm in the middle kind of shrivel up and like lose its color as like this green mist just enters right in Vernim's lungs. Weirdly enough, you see Sludgy's bile boils grow a more effervescent green with each toke. It seems that they are spiritually linked, and Sludgy grows in power with each hit.
Getting high together. Getting fucking faded.
Sludgy's like,
Alright. Bro.
One true rat.
My boils kinda hurt. Ugh. Okay. Alright. A little bit. And
Okay.
are we
Yeah, that's-
anywhere near each other? Can I?
yeah,
Okay,
he
I'll make my
can
way over
definitely
there.
toss you. He can definitely, yeah. Well, at this point, I would say that Vernim, for a miscellaneous, like drawing or grabbing an item, which is what I would consider this, I would say that you can definitely throw something at Skipp if you'd like. You can definitely try and do a mythical drug pass.
I'll pass.
This is people want to see it. They're like, whoa, hey, oh,
Yeah,
hey, oh."
absolutely.
What's better than drugs?
You start,
Magic drugs?
yeah, you start getting some. Yeah, you start getting some straight Bundesliga, chants up in here, and Vernim, you hit me that throw, right? Let's make Alliance Arena proud.
Alright.
Agility?
Where is it?
Yeah, agility would be a good if you have any
Oh,
weapon
no.
skill thrown, you can use that too.
Fucking hits me in the eyeball. I'm blind.
Yes.
I have
I'm waiting for
nimble
that one.
fingers.
Yeah, that's definitely a one. Yeah, please, if you have any talents or anything that you think I would add to a roll, please let me know. And in most cases, I'm sure they will if you're suggesting it.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, no, that passes. You like yeet this like jar of spare worm, happy, lively, little chubby radioactive worm, looks juicy, right? In this jar, kind of throw it on over to Skipp. Skipp, how would you like to catch this jar?
With both my hands. Dunk. Can I catch you with? Do I have to roll? Can I catch you with agility?
No. I just want you to describe
Okay.
it if you wanted to give it. Yeah, no, that's all.
I imagine I'd kind of like do a little jump there and catch it over my head.
Hey! Oh. And they just start getting like everybody's really hype about it. Yeah, and it's again, like I said, because it's okay to do something like this, on your turn. You can as a reaction, you can just hit this. You can just hit this now, if you'd like.
Bong rips are free.
Bong rips are free actions. Okay, I make a thing of it, and I turn to the crowd, with the jar over my head, and I flip the lid off, and I flick it, so it does a little thing. And I rip a worm, I guess.
You rip a fat worms. You're gonna go ahead and the way that I'm thinking about it is like you said you're gonna put the jar, I heard the jar on your head, so I'm thinking like you're hotboxing yourself. You're gonna put yourself in the jar, light the worm before you get in there. It's lit. You get in there, it seals up, and you just sort of until there's nothing but a husk of a worm to the side of your head, and the mist is gone within you. Your pupils dilated and green.
Starting out these death games real good.
And
everyone's vibing.
I showed
from about
the jar to the crowd.
Worms over there.
Every single ring of casts, except the castless and the most aristocratic, smoke begins pouring out of their rings. This is a class. This is a tradition without class. Every cast can appreciate Skipp, a Colby, the castless member, partaking in something that definitively identifies them as, a member of the city. You smoke, bro? You do. In fact, you do, and very well. So
traditional
meanwhile,
reading is
the Muati is just like looking down her nose at this.
I
I thought this was supposed to.
jar, put it in my belt. That's it.
Throw it away. Minta's just baffled. Minta doesn't notice in time as actually the Kuth with an initiative roll of 11 plus its modifier will be going next. The Kuth is angry. The Kuth is scared. There are many people around. This is I don't know if anybody's seen Rebels. There is a space whale in Rebels that can warp travel. It's beautiful, right? This is the same thing. This thing can cross the void, can see intradimensionally, and it feels trapped in this really small amphitheater as many different people are around it, and there's a hut with blood mages sacrificing a couple of these 3 alien geese get pulled off by each member until all 6 are quack, and they just go right in the purple circle that lays above the blood ritual. Alien geese blood runs purple over the human sacrifices that are laid bare kneeling there, and if they don't get stopped, the circle will grow in power at the cost of additional human life. So the Kuth will attack its nearest the nearest people to him. He is within range to hit both No Bones and Minta. No Bones and Minta will take the first hit rolls of the game, and let's see how it goes for them. By the way, they hit by slamming one of their gigantic stilt legs, kind of crushing it against somebody's spine, and just it's an easy way just to sort of get around it. They do have a height advantage here. I will say that their modifier here are going to be +2 on top of whatever it already has. Alright, that is going to be a 12, which will definitely hit. Both Minta and No Bones will take 14 damage each, as a giant stilt leg crushes into their backs, as this very scared, normally peaceful creature is driven to horrifying violence in an unjust coliseum. The Prophet and his Saru and Ma'alu compatriots kind of laugh. Look at that thing go! Oh my God! Please tell me we have more of them. Oh, thank you. Just scum, happy with using life, right, for their own pleasure in this cephalopod game. Minta, you're next.
So Minta just sort of like reaches up to her head to and looks away at the blood that's now on her hand, just streaming down. Is the creature looking at her?
Yeah, multiple eyes, and kind of looking, just sad whale noises,
So as she's looking at it, her eyes just go completely black. And the blood that's on her, that is her own, kind of seems to seep away from her as she attempts to dominate this creature. So it will need to
bend. She's looking at it.
Yes. Yes. So it's going to be just an ordinary interaction roll.
Yeah. So what we'll do is that we'll actually have we'll have an opposed test with the willpower. So roll willpower d12 plus so your willpower modifier times 2 plus 1 d12, and the Kuth will roll the same.
All right. Willpower times 2. I'll roll a d12 plus my willpower times 2.
Modifier, your willpower modifier times 2 plus 1 d12.
Which
if you tell me what it is, I can tell you what the modifier is.
At 12.
Oh, sorry, it's 4. But
4. Ooh, okay.
Nat 12.
Yeah, this is a critical success. The Kuth is bound to you. It follows your command the way that one of your followers follow you. The two of them are in the back, scared, as they look upon their bloodied witch mistress. Literally take command of this gigantic creature. The blood mages above the Kuth start to wiggle, and the sacrifices start to shake as the Kuth bends to your will and really looks towards you and takes its leg away from you.
So her own blood just seeps into its nose as she looks at it, and she will give it to the command to protect her.
To protect,
kill any that come near her. Yeah.
So right now the only one in range is No Bones. So it's gonna be No Bones gonna get some really No Bones though, right? Let's crush any ones that did exist. Make sure that it really lives up to the name. The Apaki, the beautiful little deer alien creature known as Voodle, belonging to the wonderful Rinspeth, looks upon its beast friend in horror. Rinspeth, it is Voodle's turn.
So I see there's a jump action here in the movement.
Oh, there is. Is
Voodoo capable of jumping on top of our friend close to this hut?
If anybody knows Black Void particularly well, they will know that an Apaki is normally 1 meter size. In that case, no. Your particular Apaki seems to be an Apaki matriarch. It is over 4 times the size of a normal one at 4 meters. You are damn right that it can jump up a 10 or 12 meter. These hind legs are strong. Void God didn't give Apaki good legs for nothing. So
I would love if Voodoo could jump on the Kuth's back, and get me close to that hut next to those blood mages.
all right. So, what is your current? What is your? Well, I will see. What is Boodle's strength? This is the important question.
Voodle's strength is a 5.
It's pretty big. Boodle will be able to leap above. Yeah, Boodle will be able to leap that, and you know really make it on top. So you have this 4-meter creature along this like 10-meter surface, about half of it being taken up, as like one hoof crashes through the hut, and one of the blood mages is like, and like gets scared, falls into the ritual. A super flare of magic occurs in its potency. It's jumped yet another tier of blood magic. Things are going down fast on the Kuthmobile here, as we have it controlled by Minta and Rinspeth and Voodle atop it. So that
Are you not entertained?
That's the one. There we go. Yeah. Whoa! Hey! And they get, you know, like everybody, all casts, super hype. Everybody is like, even like the Saru that were speaking of you before. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I was bullshitting. You know what? She can actually really train. Like, I'm sorry. Okay. They throw like
check yourself.
They throw pieces of gold dinar in like in small amounts as a sign of like petty forgiveness. They're like, please accept a small amount of money, which should be everything to you, and we're good. So that's it for Voodle. We have up Skipp, seeing high as fuck, just smoked a big ass worm.
Skipp. What was that? I said, follow me. I go and I turn around. You're doing drugs immediately.
It's his fault.
Immediately.
You know, I mean, look at him. And his rat. I was looking into the skin condition, and I don't know. Alright, I'm sorry. And I'll I will side up with no bones. However, yeah, that's not
Back-to-back guns.
that far. Yeah.
So you're gonna
back-to-back
move
guns.
towards No Bones. You're gonna move towards the Kuth.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
take out my little thigh dagger, so I'm just kind of like ready myself.
We're gonna win this thing.
I love No Bones' voice without bones. Everybody knows that you got No Bones is gravelly. That's how it works.
Yep. It's a no bones day.
It really is. It's like, it really, you know, like you tried getting up, you can't. It's a No Bones day. Like it's you know, it's very clear. It's how it
Soon,
goes, right? It's
everyone else will
it's
feel
hard.
the no bones.
As you do. So you are able to go there with enough movement. You're able to do an engage. So you're able to take half your movement, get within range, and you're able to do one more maneuver. So you can either take a defensive maneuver or an offensive maneuver at this point, in addition to your move.
I'm gonna take a defensive maneuver, because I don't think anyone is quite engaging yet, but I want to be prepared.
Would you like a defensive stance, or would you like a block, or even a dodge to whatever? What do you think you're more confident in, like brute strength or agility?
I think agility. I think a dodge.
Agility.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think a dodge would be great too. Okay, so you just get kind of nimble. No Bones is like half crushed. You're like, not me though.
Built different.
Getting ready. Built different. Okay, so that'll be a dodge for Skipp. The Kuth looks at you and just sort of like is struggling to turn its head towards you because it's currently being dominated. But like you look in its eyes, and like a flicker of its spirit reaches out to you as it goes back to an angry position, enraged at you and everything else around you. Rinspeth, you're up.
So the remaining blood mage. Can I? Is it possible for me to knock them out off the back of the cliff with
Yeah. So you have a spear.
Uh-huh.
What would be a great thing for you to do is literally just push back. And this the only penalty is that you would not move, but you're riding your voodle anyway, so
Yeah.
whatever,
I'm vibing.
right?
Yeah, just
Let's do an opposed strength test. I will
Gotcha.
roll. Yeah, a little d12 here, and we'll see how this goes. This will be a strength-related test.
This might not be good for me. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Oh wait, it did -1 twice. I guess it's a 2. It's not good.
It's a 2, and you got okay. So you roll a 3,
Yeah, 'cause I
and
think
you
it
got a
did the
2.
-1.
Okay, so no critical,
Yeah.
right? It's not exactly that bad. It doesn't actually push you off, but it does kind of like buffet you as the blood mage sort of like, is able to push back, and in the meanwhile, sort of like grab one of the kneeling people by the collar and throw it on in. So there are no more geese remaining, and there is only one human sacrifice remaining and this circle is like extreme. Whoever touches this is either going to die or kill somebody else. Like it's there, and maybe somebody who is a little more trained might have better access to be able to run one of these to run one of these rituals. So that'll be Rinspeth's turn as we move back on to the Colby castless member of our crew, Gravely No Bones.
Who you calling, Colby? All attack. Upward arc battle axe in hand. +3 on the mod, -3 to my defense. We're running a / roll 1d. My bonus weapon from the mod is +3. D12 +6. And it's a nat 1. So 7?
Regardless of whatever the bonus was, we will resolve that first. Let us do a mishap table, a mishap table roll, which I will show to everybody now.
Better
All
be
right,
no
roll
bones.
me that d12, and we'll see what you get.
I'm free attack of opportunity. I got an 11.
An 11.
Just trying to
And
protect my friend.
And trying to protect your friend. Famous last words. In a complete blunder, the combatant leaves herself unprotected and vulnerable to attack. An opponent gets a free attack opportunity. The Kuth sees No Bones swing and leave fully exposed. The Kuth is gonna be like, and just bonk twice with the two legs. Yeah. And let's see, so this is going to be 2 attacks for the Kuth. Let's see how that goes. It's going to be a tough... No Bones died valiantly. He fought strong.
My defense is extremely low right now.
That'll be a 9. Does a 9 hit?
Okay, so my defense was 13. So defense is 7 plus agility, 8, 9. So no, it plus my ranks of defense in 3.
Yeah, definitely
so it goes
not.
up to 12.
No,
Back down to 9,
you're
so
free
9
up-
doesn't hit.
Free... Oh, it does?
It does barely hit. If it
14
meets
damage
9...
on the... Yeah, it does. 14 damage on the first leg, and we're going to do another one right now. And a 13 definitely hits. Another 8 damage on the second. What is your health at?
It was at 24.
You are dead. With the second leg, a leg comes down and just like, I want to protect my literally famous last words. Say it for me one more time.
I want to protect my friends. Just up on the axe.
Right before the last word finishes. No bones is crushed.
He's got
Almost
polka dotted man
instantaneous.
from Suicide Squad.
Skipp is covered in No Bones' blood. No! Wait,
this is the
but my
part of the
attack still
tournament arc.
my attack still went through, didn't it?
No. The Kuth has a higher. Well, actually, the Kuth has a DV of 6. You hit a 7. No, but you blundered anyway, so it's like it didn't matter what you were doing. It resolved. Like the blunder resolved. Yeah, so it would have hit if it was not a natural 1. Yes. You know, you get squished. No Bones dies. When it's
No
raised,
Bones.
you actually see a very like accordion-like figure, womp 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 womp, slowing down a little bit as it, kind of the figure is destroyed, the armor crushed, and the battle axe bent. This is the part of the tournament arc where the people in the anime realize that like death is a real thing, and that like it just got real. First person died. It's not a game. No Bones has perished. So this is
Wait. How much of my blood ended on Skipp?
Wait.
So I was in the splash zone.
In this of the blood, yeah, covered in blood. Like like this is not like you did live. You took no damage. No Bones aimed and tried, but
Oh my god.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Just covered. Yeah, you just wipe it off. You're like, oh my god.
My
Yeah,
God.
just dismembered. Pieces everywhere. Yeah.
Looking like Carrie at prom right now, just like
Exposed bone. Bone popping out of flesh.
The moment that the Kuth strikes you, a despairing wail can be heard from the Kuth, as if it knows what it's doing, and it's unhappy about the violence that it's being forced to commit.
You mean so evil.
baby.
Stop! You're not close to me. No Bones is so glad he's dead for this.
This is No Bones is perished. What a wonderful loss. We will move on to our next back at the top of the order. We see Vernim from his perspective, the swashbuckler, seeing No Bones explode. What happens?
He is going to just offer just a moment of respect and just a very brief salute that direction. And then take just a short walk up, and Minta still has followers, right?
Minta does have 2 followers remaining. That is correct.
Yes.
Can I just ignite a bomb and toss it at one of the followers?
Yo, let's do it. So this is a clothes, like this is a like potato sacked clothed person. This is like almost like pitch, like you throw it, like it's kind of over, right? So let's do a quick throw at Minta follower number 2.
So my larceny skill is what I use for planting bombs. Does that apply to me using bombs in general?
We did not have a bomb skill, so I love the idea of you pickpocketing a bomb with such skill that you actually do it with a throw. So like, oop, like they're walking, there's like a slight gap in their clothes. You're like, ooh, and a oop, and and that's it. Throw it in there. So let's roll it. That's exactly Vernim's build. So yes, reverse pickpocketing bombs is exactly the goal. Okay, let's go.
16.
Vernim. 16. Definitely a hit. No real damage required. That'll be one follower burned to a crisp almost instantaneously. As the flame catches this 1 HP follower, not fit for adventuring life that Minta dredged up from the slums and streets and alleyways of Derbyton or maybe somewhere else in Lynn, and Minta is left with one follower.
Oh,
what is Sludgy?
sorry about that. I missed. That was meant for you.
I missed.
Sorry.
Okay, I mean, there's a coliseum full of followers that just don't know it yet.
Good call.
Everyone else goes,
You're very pretty.
record screech, like...
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're like. Vernim, does Sludgy do anything as well, or is Sludgy gonna guard?
Sludge is just guarding me.
Okay, Sludgy's gonna. I'm gonna default Sludge guard. Do you have Sludge guard 24-hour protection? So pretty solid. Okay.
We've been trying to reach
it'll
you,
be-
but your sludge guard's extended forward.
No, that's a true nightmare. Yeah, that's a true nightmare.
Purgatory.
No bones is
okay.
rolling in the grave.
So no bones is rolling his squiggly self in the grave. All right, so the Kuth is currently only near one other that is would be potential for hitting. So we will. The Kuth is going to angrily. Sorry, I gotta get rid of Bones' body as two Calby members come up and kind of grab at the body and bring him back home to the underground.
No.
To the shantytown
Toss
hovels
it in
that
the
they live in.
ritual.
No.
Well, you wasted the meat.
No.
Come, at least use the whole bone. All right, like come on. Okay, all right. So the Kuth attacks twice, and this is both gonna go for Skipp. Let's see how that goes as it strikes it at Skipp. It's going to be. Does a 17 hit? Yeah, no, I'm joking. It definitely does. I'm pretty sure our maximum DV is like 14, maybe. So, yeah, it definitely does.
Wipe off some of the
He,
blood before I have to touch my keyboard.
yeah, you take. So, yeah, I'll just dish out because you got one more kick after this. You take 10 damage. Slant, another giant leg, clearly worried, as it sorts of, slams you down. The blood priest is like, almost like drooling at this point with like fangs, you can tell, hanging out from the hood that everybody can see as he pushes the last human sacrifice into the ritual. Again, it glows, it flashes, it's raised yet another tier. I mean, the potency scale of these circles can get pretty high. I didn't think I would have a need for any potency such as high as this, but I mean, it's reaching critical mass. It's getting there. It might take out the whole theater with it,
this.
right? Depending on what happens with the ritual. As the Kuth strikes. And will strike again. The Kuth has a higher modifier for being above you, and not being distracted. Has a command directly at you, so it'll have a +4 to hit situational. A 13 I know will strike as well. Does 14 damage. What is your health total?
No, my health total was 41, and then 31 after the last attack.
Okay,
what
cool.
was that?
So 14 minus the 31, so 27. Or 17. 17.
yeah,
I'm
17.
not good at math. Yeah. There we go.
Minta
Okay.
is the last who's standing just by not being in the firing zone.
You're able to avoid its complete crush, basically by stabbing a little bit into the bottom of the Kuth, foot, and it like sorts of like elephant dirk in the paw kind of takes it out, and it riles up with one of its legs and reaches back. Next up, it'll be Minta.
Yes. I think I want this ritual now.
Mhm. It is ready. The stew has
has-
stewed for long enough.
Yes, it has fed enough. I want it.
Okay, so you can
Minta-
command the Kuth to bend, yeah, or whatever you feel like would be
No,
appropriate.
it's still protecting her. She needs to walk up this platform and get this ritual.
Mm-hmm.
So I
So
think
no,
I
so
need
the
to-
ritual is on the Kuth.
Oh,
So
it's
you'd
on
have
the
to board.
Kuth.
Yeah, its surface. It like aligns itself with the surface of whatever the tallest surface is in its space. In this case, the non-moving Kuth is that space, and it is in like where this hut is on top of the Kuth that they're sacrificing people towards a circle. It's like a focus point for it. So, if you would like to get aboard the Kuth in some way, that would be the best way to get it. You can do it
Yeah.
by commanding it to bend. It will
No,
be
she'll
fine.
tell it to kneel. I need to get up there now.
Like 3 of its legs, start like jointing up and letting you kind of climb on top of into this Oliphant style, hut. As you do you wish to walk into the circle and claim it immediately? The blood mage kind of looks at you like, not going to stop you. It wants to stop the ritual from being stopped, but it doesn't. The mage doesn't care if anybody takes it or activates it. So you can. You command it to bend. You get on top. Would you like to roll?
Do
for
I have
blood
an
ritual?
action to? Well, but I could feed it more because there's another person up here.
There's 2 people. There's one last. You have one last follower, and you have and there's one person there, which will increase its potency. I wonder if anybody will stop you. What would you like to do?
Is
I want
Rinspeth
to
still up there?
mesmerize this.
Rinspeth is still up there along with Voodle.
Oh, excellent.
Oh shit. What would you like to do?
Oh, I didn't realize there was still more food up here. I'm so excited. I think I want. Oh. Yeah, let's go at Rinspeth, as Minta takes this glass orb out of her pocket, and she's gonna throw it at Rinspeth. It's filled with a poison.
Ah, that
I
one.
think you'll like it. Yes.
Whoa.
Whoops. Whoa, no, you didn't see anything.
Some.
With a poison. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Rinspeth needs to make a stamina roll.
So you're throwing a glass orb that has poison in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll an attack for that regular orb. And let's see if the orb hits
Okay.
first. And then, again, by the way, everybody, my phobia is broken glass. So a person throwing glass orbs filled with poison at others is the worst thing I can think of. And it just is it's just a despicable act on top of the Kuth abuse. There's just general mistreatment of Kuth.
So uncouth.
No, it's just really exciting.
Really though, really. The 9 does
9?
hit. Roll damage. Oh, I think right. Maybe not. Rinspeth, what's your DV?
How do I calculate that once again?
So it'll be 7 standard, and then plus your agility modifier, which I think puts it at 9.
Yeah.
And then if
I
you
have
have anything, what?
I do have
Yeah.
armor.
So the armor will
Armored
reduce the
leather?
damage that you take,
Okay.
but not actually prevent you from getting hit. So I will
Okay.
actually.
I'm not trying to hurt her with this.
You
no,
say
it's
that,
for-
but I
it's
don't
just-
believe that.
Just getting
It's
it ready.
just a
just getting it
receptacle for
ready.
the poison.
Oh god. Okay. So roll the damage, which is just 1d4. And it cracks. Then the poison happens. It seems like Yeah, so your defense value should be 9. I don't think that you have any other defense traits or anything that would raise your defense value. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, so I need to make a stamina roll.
A stamina roll, and you need to meet at least 7. Great.
Hell yeah!
Which poison was that, Minta?
Night root.
Oh no.
Maybe
Oh no. Oh. Oh no.
you
So
cover your
night-
eyes just in time.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, just like-
Night root is a. No, please. Yeah. How does Rinspeth dodge it with Voodle, or get rid of this?
Can she?
The poison.
She's just gonna like. There's this thing in trick riding where they'll just fall back, and just dangle off the saddle. She just whoosh.
And you
Like
just
Neo
you
in the Matrix.
depend on your harness. Yeah, you depend on your harness. You're completely off. The trust between you and Voodle is such that you really feel like you can do it. The crowd goes wild, "Ayo!" as they see you do some great trick stunt. And you know what? The poison does not hit you. The poison, what it does is that it paralyzes you for about 5 hours. So you would have fallen off Voodle, probably into the circle, then that would have been that, right? So it would have been quite as quick. Minta is on the prowl, I promise, for blood rituals here, and that'll
She's
be
just making
that'll
it
be
more
that.
interesting.
Yeah. So it is Voodle's turn. However, we have reached our halfway point. So we will take a quick 15 here, as we narrowly survive a poison with one dead arena member on the way here towards the next brackets. Let's see what goes on, and I'll see you all in 15. Thanks, everybody. All right. And we are back, everybody, with the second half of this wonderful arena Coliseum PvP battle for domination in Black Void. We have currently lost No Bones, a fallen arena member that we miss very dearly and will continue to do so. But the fight goes on. Skipp is being hurt right now by the Kuth, dominated by Minta and Vernim and Sludgy, trying their darndest to stop Minta from creating more followers, more sacrifices in this blood arena atop this Kuth, this six-legged, long, normally docile creature, now very violent, with Rinspeth and Voodle on top in the hut as well. So we will restart our wonderful match where we left off, with Skipp getting hurt and Rinspeth and Voodle on top of this Kuth. What's going on?
Is there a way to, because it is on Voodle's turn, to work with Voodle to push Minta into the puddle?
Okay. You can get pretty far. So let's see about. Okay, so yeah, pushback is a half move, and then an opposed roll to push with strength. So for sure, I think that 5 would be sufficient, right, to get near Minta and try to push Minta in. Yeah, actually,
So
you'd be like, I'm just gonna move you right here. Basically, like right there.
yeah,
Just kind of bonk. You can just,
Yeah.
Voodle's a
Voodle-
a deer alien-like deer creature.
yeah,
bonk pretty well.
Voodle's gonna bonk real as hard as Voodle can. Is there? Yeah, okay. We'll do that. We'll see if this adds the modifier automatically. Nope. So I guess a 7 plus for a +2 modifier for strength for Voodle's strength.
I mean, oh, I see. Okay, so
Yeah, it just
so
rolled a
7
flat
for
5.
that. 7 for that. Okay, that's perfect. So Minta, let's roll a strength, and actually that'll be so it's modifier times 2, so that'll actually be a 9.
Ooh.
Right. So same thing with Minta. Minta, modifier times 2 plus 1d12. And we'll see how this goes.
Oof.
Bad luck on these push rolls. Although great uses of, you can do you can try the same thing on your turn as well.
Yeah.
Right? And that's pretty solid. We'll do it with an animal handling. Okay, yeah. So Minta, you're able to resist it.
I like to think that the Kuth somehow blocked it because I have no clue how I passed that.
Oh, it shuffles itself a little bit, and
Yeah.
it throws our balance off, so sort of misses.
You just start shaking, and yeah, unable to really push Minta off, her feet and get her, oop her into the death circle. So we're gonna start back with Skipp.
I'm gonna, I just wipe my butt off. I was crying a little bit. I'm just gonna okay. And I'm gonna run around to where they are, if I may. And, I don't know how far that would get me. If it's not all the way around. Are
So that's,
the stairs?
You can you
go
can
ahead.
sprint for 4 times your speed.
Okay.
Instead of just running, so you can sprint faster.
Okay, then I'll sprint.
As a
I
way to
guess.
get there. Yeah,
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to make it there. Yeah.
And would that take up my entire action, or can I make an attack?
Unfortunately, yes. So that
Okay.
yeah, what movement is like? It's kind of a big thing. If you were trying to attack like the Kuth, you could take like less movement and then perform an attack. Are you thinking? Are you bold or are you running?
I think I'm being bold.
I think you're being.
I wanna throw my jar.
Through your jar. And this would be at Minta, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could do that from here. Let's just.
Can I?
So just yeah, I think that you're within range for that, and because this creature is very tall, so the legs are thick and they're still like, but you can lob it around. It's not exactly that. No, it's not unheard of. You don't need to move for that.
All right, cool. I wasn't sure. I want to fucking throw my jar at her.
Solid. Okay. I think that's I love that there's a dead worm that you're pretty high with right now, and you're kind of taking it back. Gonna throw it
Sebastian, no.
Oh. Okay, so that'll just be a D12 plus your attack modifier, which should be 2.
Oh, that's an 11.
Good. Yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah. It's great. Minta, what's your defense value at?
I believe it is a 9.
I think so too. Yeah, 9 is like the standard because everybody has like a 2 agility mod when they start, and
Yeah.
Okay, and 5 standard. Okay, so you started 7 plus the 2, so the 9. It definitely hits. Skipp, roll damage on broken
What's in the jar?
on worm glass. Okay. I will say
Nothing.
that.
It kind of smells fun.
I will say that it's at least oh. Well. Is this okay? Is that a second jar?
No, there was just the one big jar, I think.
Oh, the one. Okay. So just roll like a D4 plus 4, and that'll be
Oh.
the improvised weapon for a jar. And that'll do glass damage. Which again, super phobia of mine. Everybody just throwing glass around. It's great.
Wow.
A ceramic maybe.
Solid. Yeah, 8 damage is pretty good for like a random like yeetos. How do you react to this glass breaking on into space?
How do I or how to Skipp?
Both, I imagine.
I didn't think that would work.
Oh man, Minta
Or
just
no
like
bone.
It was for both.
stumbles backwards slightly, just like looking again at this blood that's like running down her face from the shards of glass that have punctured her skin. Oh, this is just getting so exciting. Oh, I think we should put your blood in it next.
What?
Come over
Why
here,
did you
Skipp.
say it like that?
I think we should keep playing.
I point my dagger at her.
Yeah, that will make blood too.
Weirdo!
Weirdo!
It's okay.
Cultist!
No one will
Sell it!
remember you.
Let's get her for no bones. Like, Like, Ren is just gonna try and.
Did you
rally.
just throw my hookah at the the woman?
I don't think
Probably gonna die
anyone will
anyway.
remember any of you low-class scum.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
still think you're pretty.
Saying I think you're Oh, it
It's
brings out the
exciting.
worst. It brings out the worst in us this place. Okay. What a throw! That's straight up some all-star. It's an all-star play right there. It's pretty damaging. Next, we will actually have Rinspeth, still atop Boodle, who can. I think we were talking about the animal handling check, but there might be another.
I think I might just hit her. Just with a plain old attack. Might just
I'm
go
gonna
for
do
it.
the stab.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna do the stabbing. I would like to do a swift strike against Minta. Now that I'm not
If you stab me, make
directly
sure my blood goes
behind-
in.
Now that I'm not like back to the because I guess the way we're positioned, Minta is now closest to the death void puddle, right?
That is correct. You're both like relatively equidistant, but you can still push, and stab and see, if she happens to fumble and get closer, anything can happen. Whatever, it's close enough.
Yeah.
Just
I would.
okay.
Yeah, I'd like to swift strike.
yeah. So with the
is a-
swift strike, you'd gain +3 initiative. So you're at 6 right now, and you would go to 9, which is the same that Voodle is. So you and Voodle would act simultaneously, like I was saying before. So this is like that's the moment for like combined, like Power Rangers, full on attack together, like.
Power of friendship.
Yeah, literally friendship of alien deer. The handshakes.
It's so cute.
Okay. So you're just gonna stat, and then do a regular attack for me. Let's do a D12 plus your hit, plus your to hit. I'll say that you have a
which
minor
is
distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be that should just be your So it'll be under weapons, or you can just roll a D12.
Oh yes, weapons would be nice. Let's. I don't think I typed in all the numbers, so we're just gonna roll. A
It's not.
D12.
Yeah, it's not necessary. It's okay. Yeah, you can just roll D12.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
Roll again. When you get a
Yeah.
crit success, you get to roll again. If you can get another one, it'll be even more severe.
Damn it!
Okay, like,
big combat.
but
Oh!
I mean, but like, look at it. Not like it's like, it's like right there. Okay, but that's still
So
enough to bring up the
close!
severity. Not as high as it could have been, but still pretty high.
Uh-huh.
Roll for me a 1d6, and we will be rolling on the exceptional hits table.
That'll be a 4.
A 4.
Roll for. Aha! Ooh.
Target is partially blinded for 3 rounds. -3 to all rolls and no reactions. So Minta has taken a stabbing.
It's just like
Um,
blood in my eyes and stuff. Oh.
oh my god.
Do I
That's-
roll damage on top of this, or was that
yeah.
damage already?
Oh no, so that was the damage. Oh well, no. What am I talking about? No, we haven't rolled damage yet. Yeah, please roll, please roll your
No.
damage, which in this case is also a D12 for the spear.
Ah! 4.
Oh, so it was the same anyway. Okay.
Ended up being the same big rip.
Yeah.
But
So
Yeah.
close.
yeah.
But the blinding is
It was.
that's the great part, it's beautiful. Minta's gonna have a hard time actualizing additional sacrifices.
Just throw random people in.
You can use the
You don't
power.
need
You
Just grab that blood mage that's back there. Just.
yeah, the nearest person, like, you know, and just throw her in. That would be great. Okay. So back to it. It's going to be. We're going to start up again, and it's going to be Vernim's turn along with Sludgy.
So, can I ignite another bomb and just aim for this thing's face and try to get
the
it
Kuth's
to
face?
stumble? Yeah. I want it to, like, fall back, stumble, anything. Just a big bomb in its face.
We'll do a double bomb surprise, and let's see what kind of maneuver. I'd say wild swing would be appropriate here. Attack 2 targets with a -3 attack mod. So if you can hit, let's see if it causes enough of a distraction. You know, where you're rolling worse, but you're throwing 2 bombs and you're hoping that that's enough to just shake them off.
At a -3. Six.
You actually just met its defense value of 6, and it does work. You're able to ignite 2 of these oil flasks with pitch sticks that you lit beforehand, lighting it, and they explode, you know, in contact, covering the chitinous front of the Kuth in flames. Because of the shell, it does not really take much damage, but it does, you know, it is distracted, as you know, keeping the
meant
beast
to do
safe.
damage.
Yeah, keeping the beast safe, but also, you know, still moving them. So at this point, the Kuth is actually going to shove off. Like, he's had too much of it. It's not fun anymore. The Kuth is going to walk straight northwest in a diagonal pattern and just start climbing the walls. And other mages and guards start trying to stop them, and it's just like crushing one by one. Most of the lower caste work with them or see them, you know, outside of the city districts, so they know honestly to stay out of their way. Some of the haughtier aristocrats who were laughing earlier, especially of the Ma'alu caste, are kind of like hold their ground, and they're like, "You can't make me leave." And as a result, a majority of their ring is destroyed in that section. With
Don't you know who I am?
with very little survivors, the prophet responds, and that's what they get, always believing in themselves, not like our contestants here believing in what is in front of them. The Kuth rides through the wall and just, you know, escapes, and, you know,
Are we
is
still
off.
on top of it? Or do we manage
so
to jump
at,
off?
yeah, no, so yeah, like, you're, you know, basically at your spots where you are now, you know, it lands, you know, or it shoves off. You're able to land at that particular spot, and then, you know, it goes in that direction. At this point, the ring will stay in the same spot. However, we will be switching now to arena number 3.
Whoa.
And this is roughly the spaces that we were in before. So what you see in front of you is that water begins to fill in vents from the statues guarding the arena as their mouths open and fill so quickly somehow, you know, it seems to be either some sort of void magic or some sort of mysticism, you know, doubling the water count as it fills up. Wood and debris of like other past followers under the sand, or their chariots or bridges that were constructed and destroyed, kind of float, you know, and act as a little bit of mast. The only spot that is still tall enough to escape the water is the center itself, and a new stone bridge that has revealed itself from outside of the, you know, the sand that was always connected to the pedestal, and kind of extends out to the south gate. Currently in everybody's position, you are immediately in water, right? Everybody feels a rumbling. Vernim, you are. So Sludgy went. You and Sludgy went. Minta, it will be your turn in this new water arena.
Oh gosh. So are we like in the water now?
Yeah, in the water.
Oh. Water washes away blood. I don't like this.
You're like shit.
I've been working so hard for this. I would like to swim towards the platform in the center. Can I use my last follower as some sort of human boat?
So use. I will take that word very actively. So at no movement cost, you can face down, use your human as a buoyant measure, drowning the human on the way there, but getting you there to do whichever maneuver you'd like to do as you feel the ritual call to you. It's
Are there
trying.
attacks of opportunity in this game?
Are there attacks of opportunity? There are indeed, and you can choose to attack indeed along with Voodoo.
As a reaction to leaving the space, or would it take a normal action?
No, exactly, a reaction. So that's just an attack
I would
opportunity.
love to take an opportunity attack. Both of us.
Let's
It's just a
see if it's
flat
on.
attack.
Yeah. So
Or
this,
what?
I'll say that you both go at the same time, especially seeing as your initiatives are the same. So damage can resolve at the same time. So you can do Voodoo's horns, and then for you, you can just do a D12. And then I think actually, if you on the Voodoo sheet, that one does work.
There's a horns.
Yeah, and then if you just click on it and then put modifier like -1 or -2 for the water, sorry.
Okay.
That'll be
If she already gets a +2 for strength, or is it that's not relevant?
No, I mean actually it is. So that's yeah. So we'll just say that they cancel out.
Rip. Oh, Voodoo, no. Voodoo, baby. Why'd you do this?
Please roll for Voodoo a D12 on the mishaps table.
Voodoo. A 7.
An overenthusiastic attack sends the combatant tumbling. Nearby combatants may attempt to dodge or risk being knocked down. Place the attacker prone and make them knockdown rolls for any adjacent combatant. So
Can they
basically,
be prone in the water?
no, it's yeah.
Would that be
no,
drowning?
No, you'll just be floating, but what it is just that you'll just be knocked out. Like you're not on Voodoo anymore, right? And you'll have to remount if
Gotcha.
you want to reconnect with your wonderful little Kopi. So Voodoo, misses and tries to horn, but bucks you off and flips. Capsizes a little bit. Roll an agility. So we'll do like an agility basic roll, basic
Sure.
action here.
Would my
that'll
acrobatic
be-
skill help me at all?
Yeah, that sounds great. Actually, we'll do a standard action with that. So we'll do acrobatics, and that should be a 2 for your agility. And what's your acrobatics?
I have a rank 1 in acrobatic.
Okay, cool. So a +1.
Add another 1 there. Or I fucking...
You pass. No, you pass.
Okay.
Because 4 + 3, right? 2 for your agility modifier, and then 1 for your acrobatics. So
Even if
7
it's a
7's
1?
the average. You meet it.
That's a
It's a what?
natural 1.
That's a nat
Oh.
1.
Oh,
It's just with my
sorry.
modifiers. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks for clarifying. Wow.
We
You
don't
roll
do
on
well
the
in
mishaps
water.
table.
Yeah, we super don't do well in water.
Yeah, that's really funny. You inadvertently cause a location hazard. The hazard causes immediate damage or disruption to all combatants. This is like a perfect segue for the following map change.
The water immediately drains.
Yeah, so not
It's like,
that.
No.
Oh.
Don't
What?
like that.
Excuse me?
Super don't like that.
Okay.
Hello?
From the water beneath you, the rumbling materializes as Rinspeth and Voodle crash so hard into the water. Literally, the failure amounts are so high that it calls to the void entity that sleeps under the waves of this arena. The prophet says, "We know everybody here likes to see more than the common rabble that the wave down the street has to offer. We've acquired only the finest void entities for you all to feast on, and for the entity to feast on itself." Right? The tentacles come out of the water. 6 human-like arms also come out of the water. They both seem to be attached to the same creature. The arms are bloodied and pale-skinned, very thin, almost like embryonic membrane, like very, it's almost like see-through,
Healthy.
translucent. The tentacles try and sweep and curl, and the hands try and actively grab with their enormously long individual digits, just getting fingies everywhere. It's awful. The water is such that the lower tiers start flooding, and the Kalbi and Baltu casts have been all but cast out of the arena, or risk, suffering actual loss of life. There is a decrease of support in the lower castes, right? As you've lost like some of your base. The ritual still in the same center. Rinspeth causes the tentacle disruption. The tentacle will go for Voodle and Rinspeth in just a moment. But Minta, you do make it to the ritual. This would, in time, right? As the reaction does not make it, we'll let's see what you might do with it. I will resolve this sooner. So one of the tentacles come out and start striking at you, and let's see what this does.
Nope.
No,
Not
so
even.
a giant arm with the individual digits comes at you, but it's still waking up, it's too new, it's not dexterous enough yet, and you slip right past, along with Voodle, actually. No harm to both of you.
Just keep
Minta,
swimming.
you make it to the ritual. What do you do?
Is there no more bodies around? Is it just me here now?
The blood mage, as you say that, the blood mage gets eaten by a tentacle in the back.
So disappointing. No, it's time. Can we harness it?
Okay, so let's roll some blood magic. Okay, this is going to be a very pivotal moment for the game. I am going to pull out a special table. Black Void is a game with all kinds of special little tables that I love very much. And let's see what this is. Okay, so this is the blood potency. Okay, you have acquired. So what blood potency is all of the trait scores of an individual person added up. So everything that we've sacrificed, what their total trait number was. This is an above 65 plus blood potency, so max level. The difficulty to complete it is 19. This is quite a difficult roll. There is a modifier for it, however, that it +3 to do it, and if you fail, a +3 to get out of it, actually, as well. Right, so not so bad. It does last for 48 hours, and it takes a little bit of time, but time passes pretty quick, and you know what? It's been prepared for a while. We can say that this one is instantaneous.
It's ready.
You can add that along with the modifiers that you had before. I think the I think for you specifically it was 5 by the final version. For
Yeah, with
as-
blood right
along
and
with this 3.
bloodletting.
Yeah, so
Blood.
8. So you have an 8. You have a modifier of 8.
To do my injuries, the -3, does that come into an account? And do I need my eyes? Can I do this without
So
my eyes?
Yeah, I'd say that this is without eyes. I'd say the injuries do take into account -3. The only way you'd be able to get this is by performing, by getting a 12, right, and then being able to roll something else. So this is actually a very difficult roll. Well,
So we'll do
let's see
+5
what goes
instead.
on. Oh,
can
you
do
have a
it.
total of 8.
Yeah,
So you
but
can-
-3 from wounds.
Oh, rip. That's right.
I mean, I'll take the 8.
Yeah, you're correct.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
This is the moment
That's-
where the backlash happens. Okay. This is like literally the antagonist getting to the mystical circle, doing the wrong thing, and then what a surprise, the wrong thing happens.
Looking at the Ark of the Covenant, like
Yeah. This is definitely one of those moments. Blackwood really shines with these. I'm going to find the backlash tape. Oh, I think I actually have it.
it's just so powerful.
Yeah, it really is. It's the backlash table. I'm really excited to use this. Okay, here we go. Devastated by the backlash, the recipient is left scarred and weakened, reducing D12 random physical traits by 4 permanently. In addition, you lose 3 sanity points. You can try and resist to see if you can lower it a little bit, but you know, so that'll be a willpower roll to see if you can resist. But then for each sanity point, we'll have to roll on the madness table. So there's a lot there.
this is
Oh,
beautiful.
can we go mad?
Well, we'll see, right? Well, you have to roll 3 times on the madness table, and you
Okay.
have almost no no traits. You're like basically skillless now. You've been sucked dry, by the circle. All of your training, your knowledge, your wisdom about this gone, a part of the circle.
I've fed it. my own essence. So I need to roll willpower.
Yeah, just willpower. That'll be a willpower mod times 2, plus. Okay.
Oh, I'll just
Yep.
roll willpower.
Nope. That definitely doesn't pass. You do fail. All right, so let's roll some madness. I will pull up the madness table as well. Boom. And we'll do this. Yep, there we go. All right, so roll 3 times.
A d12 3 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we'll just count up
That's
which
so
one of, how many of each you get. Okay. All traits involving
One of
intellect,
each.
presence, awareness. Yeah, it really is. So, that's what I was gonna. Yeah, intellect, presence, awareness, persuasion, willpower all suffer -3 for 48 hours. You have to run away from the source of the fear. In this case, it was the altar itself, so you'll have to swim away. And an atrocious sight is burned into your mind, fueling thoughts of unspeakable horrors. In addition, you have to roll fear for the creature beneath you. So you're just losing it. You're not able to keep it together. It's not happening for you. I will show this now as well, this fear table, and roll one time on this for me. 1d12, please. All right. Okay, so this is contradicting, and this one is probably funner, but also a little sad. Overcome with sheer terror. Oh, sorry. You're panicking for a number of rounds. You're frozen to the spot while screaming hysterically and attacking anyone adjacent. Makes random swings, and after the panic, you faint. However, we've already established that the altar itself destroys people if you get inside of it. Your character has shriveled to an almost nothing like husk, and you stay frozen to the same spot that you cast the spell, which is the circle itself. It's failed. The potency is still there, and it has not subsided, significantly enough for it to be deactivated. Minta, this will be your death as well.
Yeah, as she
Sorry
just
to-
sort of starts screaming, she's like, it's not stopping! And just like,
Oh,
this
look at her go!
scream of pain.
She's really burning up. Oh, I can smell it from here. Oh no.
Bye.
Well, wasn't that traumatizing?
Holy shit!
Perished. So, literally a shell, and then no longer. That's over. That's over. It's gonna be Voodle's turn.
And also mine, since of my last thing plus 3.
This is
initiative,
true.
right?
So yeah, you're right. It's this round. Oh yeah, you're up this round. That's great. Boom.
Can
there
I
you go.
can I climb?
Together.
Would I be able to mount Voodle and have Voodle swim to get to this platform?
That's exactly what you can do. Are you getting to the bridge or to the platform near but not on the ritual?
I do not want to be anywhere near that ritual. Nope. No.
The south gate. You're saying the south gate platform?
Yes.
Okay.
Or,
yes.
Just anywhere on this little bridgey thing.
No,
yeah,
you're
even
good.
just
No, you're good. Voodle can sprint 40 meters. Even though it's in the water, he can deer paddle with the best of them. So that's easy to do. All right. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're able to go towards the south
Voodle
gate
and I
here.
are. Woo!
Okay, so you're able to get over there. You're good. It was a scary experience for you both, but thankfully, that's over. So I will go ahead and get rid of Minta's body, who did burn up in the crisp, and we have a mounted Voodle or Rinspeth in a safe place currently. I will now add.
I take an attack of opportunity as they swim past?
You and Sludgy, if you wish.
Yeah.
Oh, and who are you going to attack? So this isn't as pretty an image as I thought in my head. Let's wind it back a bit.
We're like-
How much bloodier does this get?
Going into the deer.
Rin will be so pissed.
Both into Voodle. All right, let's go for Voodle. That's a go for Voodle.
A dagger. If I kind of waited until like he was swimming away and almost out of reach, would that count as a backstab?
Yeah. For sure. So you wait. Like, okay, I do want to point out you have a flaw. You're a compulsive liar. What do you say to Rinspeth and Voodle as she swims by?
As she's coming up, just look at her. Huh, that was crazy, right? She just. Okay, let's get out of here. And just kind of like back up a little bit so they can get past.
As also a compulsive liar? Can I tell that he's lying to me?
Rinspeth, you got a mild one, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so Vernim got a moderate one. Vernim literally
Oh.
cannot tell the truth without rolling a will save. Has to lie, is forced to lie. Level of lying is on another on another level.
Gotcha. In
So-
another world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big yikes. Oh no. Oh no, Boodle!
Walk on by. Vernim waits. He's like, just begins the stabbing. I'm sure.
That is a.
I rolled a
huge hit to Boodle.
natural 12.
Oh my god. Okay. Please roll on the critical injuries table for me.
My dagger is it's tempered, so I get a +1 to this roll.
You do. So you get a yep. I mean, you definitely hit it. It would be a D6, or I'm sorry, a D12 on the critical injuries page table.
11.
An 11. Okay. With a wet tearing sound, a limb, usually an arm, is severed at the shoulder or elbow, leaving only a mangled and bloody stump. All actions requiring the use of two appendages are impossible to perform. Two-handed weapons cannot be used, and it is the secondary arm and hand that remains. I think, yeah, that's a sad face. This is a sad moment. I can't help it but really empathize with Voodle right now. There is a second attack because backstab allows you to attack twice. Backstabber.
Should I roll damage for the first one?
You roll damage for the first one, and then we can roll a second and see how much it does. But also can no longer be mounted. No damage, basically.
One.
I hit. It was a clean hit.
So...
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I don't understand how you can lose a limb and not take any damage, but that's, Voodle's okay. It was really clean. No arteries cut. Bleeding stops almost instantly, but unfortunately, not able to. That's a hit. That's a hit again.
Because I
Okay,
have
at
a
least it's not a
perfect grip
crit.
on my dagger,
Yeah,
I crit on an 11.
Oh, well.
roll on the table again.
If Boodle dies, I'm gonna be so sad.
Well, there's no actual damage being. I mean, so far, really, but hurt.
Unless this
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty hurt, and the 12. Oh, so that's the damage. Pretty hurt. On that
That's
one.
the
That's for the
injuries roll.
Oh, the injuries roll. Sorry. Okay, so brutal damage has crushed the torso, leaving the character incapable of doing anything other than speaking. It sort of collapses as it, makes it to the platform, and Rinspeth is carried there. Rinspeth is no harm has come to Rinspeth. But Voodle looks at Rinspeth and just coos. Just coos and is hurt. Yeah, you're like, oh, I feel like a monster. It's hurt. But
animal cruelty. What the hell?
it's
Brave actions from
Can-
someone still in stabbing range.
Can Sludge take his attacks against Rinspeth?
yeah. Thankfully, Voodle is still kicking and can make it with the use of healing magic, as long
Who
as
attacks?
stays there and is left alone.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now it's time for Sludge to roll.
Whoops.
Karma.
Yeah. That's so one on the mishap.
Why is that? I can type.
Oh, I see.
There we go. A 2 on the mishap.
A location disturbance. Immediately, a large creature swarms. And you finally see the face of this monster. This extremely large creature with many eyes, arms, and tentacles going right for Sludgy. He will attack 4 times. 4 damage.
Crazy how
Yeah.
that works. Karma. Whoa,
Seven.
no!
3.
Bye bye,
That's another one.
Sludgy.
Roll mishap on that. Okay, so what is Sludgy's health?
11.
11. Sludgy it perishes immediately as just gets eaten. However,
You did
this
good,
is
buddy.
enough to
Where? Wait.
please. Now I want to
Sludgy?
hear a call out for this beautiful rodent.
Sludgy? Where? Rinspeth, did you see where Sludgy went?
No, I have no idea where Sludgy ended up.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go over that way. Sludgy, get over here.
Oh no, I think I saw him crawl into the pit, actually. You should go look for him in there.
Yeah, he's gone. So Sludgy has been eaten. This is, however, too much for everybody to handle, and everybody must pass a willpower save of 7 or roll on the fear table.
Rip. Give me that fear table.
Wow.
Wow, everyone else did great!
Like, amazing. Like, literally
Shame.
natural, just crits that,
natural
no
12s.
effects. You stare at it and it's more awe than anything. You gain some awe, or you're able to inspired by it. Whereas Deepak, indeed, you do fail. And we will roll on the fear table. This is a brutal game. I have not expected these outcomes.
What is going on?
That was like the
Alright, what do I-
worst. That was somehow way more traumatizing than the blood mage with the multi-soul chalice. Like, it was so much
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah, that was fine. This is man.
Alright, I just roll a d12 with no modifiers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Disconcerted!
Yeah. Just don't move closer to it, which you don't. But it is nearest to Vernim right now. It is huge
this
though.
being the face and arms and stuff.
Yeah, the top the top half of it. You have heard of this creature. It is known as a Yagzi. So this Yagzi has surfaced. The higher castes, the Ma'alu and the Saru, look particularly pleased at your sorrow, and are happy. Essentially, they're like, "Oh, we expected you to pull that out. Who do you think paid for it? Who do you think got it here?" And they kind of take their fair share of laughter at causing something so horrible.
So you are entertained then?
Entertainment 2. All right. Yeah. They're like, okay. All right. Okay. Destroyed. I'm sorry. That was quite a lot. Next is gonna be Skipp.
Good.
It's a lot.
Huh?
No, yeah, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah,
what?
I'm gonna get out of the water. First of all, there's a giant monster underneath me. This whole time.
Good call.
Seems
So
smart.
I'm gonna. I'm not sure if I should go fast or not, or if that would alert it that I'm in the water. So I think maybe a
think it's more-
medium swimming pace to the closest platform.
I was gonna try and relax. Yeah, just okay. So yeah, its tentacles are there, but it's completely focused on something else. You were able to make it to
Okay.
this south part of the of where the platform basically was, where Voodle and Rinspeth still are, and Voodle's doing okay. Hurt but not dying.
So they're both in like middle, and is Vernim like on the catwalk to there or back behind?
The tentacles?
The other players, like where in
Oh,
relation?
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are basically you're both like right here. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're really on the platform, and then they are, he's like in a completely different part, with this monster.
Okay. So I'm so sorry about your guy. Just really, I am out of words. I would ask if you're okay, but I think I have to kill you at some point. No, I don't think. Okay. No one's good. I feel bad if I were to just, it's like making awkward motions with my dagger. Should I wait a second? Do you need a moment? No? Okay, well, I think I'm... Maybe after
Wow.
you've had a moment. Huh?
No, I'm just gasping. No, this is wild. I can't believe what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing. This is so sad.
What's happening? Maybe we'll just do it honorable. Like, in a second. 1-to-1. No? Fuck. I'm gonna, well, no. My clothing is wet, never mind. I guess I end my turn. I'm just gonna stand there awkwardly until one of them wants to punch me. Or the monster
Would
wants
you
to
like to
fight.
take? Yeah, would you like to take a defensive maneuver then, like a dodge or?
I would love to take a dodge.
Okay. So yeah, we'll just roll for your dodge. You know, when you get out of there, and you should be hopefully better than you would have been otherwise. So
She's gonna try
it's
to
actually
stab you.
going to be
Don't let her fool you.
it's actually going to be the Yogzi's turn. The Yogzi is going to look at everybody and is going to perform. Actually, this one's funner. Vernim. The Yogzi looks right at you, pupil to pupil. Right, you can almost look at right into it and see that it's known what you've done, and it drains your mental traits. It basically absorbs your soul with subsonic waves. And it will reduce your willpower. If you know, well, we'll roll to see how much. If it reaches 0, you die. You know, kind of. So, essentially, you do suffer brain death.
None of us have taken each other out. We've all just died because of environmental stuff. If you roll,
It's CEPHALOPOD game. You know, you can end. It's a prisoner's dilemma. You can end it faster if you kill, or if you stay longer, the worse it gets. It's pretty. They make it.
Do I
awful,
roll?
So,
Do I
an
roll
awareness
awareness?
roll. Yes.
I am observant. I don't know if that bonus will come into play here.
No, it should. No, you're. Let's just add a plus one to your roll. Okay.
Nope.
It did crit. So
Oh, good.
now we'll roll how much willpower you lose. I would have asked you to roll on the crippling injuries table because it was a crit, but you've suffered brain death prior to that. The prophet calls out as Vernim. It looks at Vernim and says, "Wow, I was really not expecting that. That was going a lot better for him than it was a second ago." Your body gently floats to the bottom as the Yogzi follows along, and kind of hits the floor. At this point, the Yogzi will actually return to the place whence it came. It's full for today. It creates, however,
Oh no.
it creates a vortex as the original monster pit that the Kuth came out of, and one can only assume so did the Yogzi, unless he was able to manifest some void, and some void entity or power in order to expand it temporarily or in a different plane. It seems like that bigger leak is finally returning back where it came, and the water is draining into a different dimension. It is now. You are both of you, along with Voodle, are at the edge, okay? And so as long as you survive the vortex for a time, right? There's only so much water in the arena. This can be, this is a full-on choice moment between Skipp and Rinspeth. This could be a fight to the death moment, or it could be a help each other survive moment until you get to the end with no water. and strike each other down in fair combat. I will leave that up to you. Both of you have. We'll do some sequential rolls now, or sequential actions where the overall success requires several successful rolls, and the difficulty will increase every time. So, speak amongst yourselves, and then give me a skill or a trait that you'd like to roll, and then we'll do that.
So about that offer of mine, like, what, 5 minutes ago? How do you?
I think that sounds lovely. Just, I would very much like that. But would you be able to give me a bit of a push? I'm not a very strong swimmer, and my poor poodle is very injured. And I would love to try and, like, manipulate or inspire Skipp to help
Manipulate me?
Okay. Alright, we'll okay, that's you'd like to do that. That's a good one. Let's see who goes first. So you would go first, Skipp. You get to decide whatever the next action is, before we get to the the sequential rolls. You can talk to her some more. You can try and heal Voodle. You can float together. Whatever you think would help you.
Are we right up against the wall?
You are.
Or are we kind of? Oh, okay. Would I be able to dig my short sword into said wall?
That would be
Or is
so
that
sick.
too,
I would
like-
love to. I would love to.
Yeah.
No, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm debating on whether to give my hand to her or not, but I want to see if I do this first. Do I have to roll for
So
it?
yeah, yeah. Let's just do an attack roll. You're stabbing the concrete. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. Let's go. Oh no.
No, but you have
least it's
one
not a
skill
one.
and 2 agility. That's a 3 mod. That's a 3 mod. You're at a 7. You pass. Like it's dug in.
Okay. And I'm not reluctantly, really fucking reluctantly, I reach out my hand to her.
Rin will clasp.
No roll required.
You're gonna have to hang on to your
Doodle!
dog thing.
Suddenly and abruptly, you feel the entity of Vernim sort of swirl around you, and the worm that you smoked was actually laced with dusk reed poison. You've been, and that in a certain amount of hours, you would feel the effects. It has been that long. Let's say if we're doing real time. Okay, it's about 3 hours. We're about to reach 3 hours. Roll for me a stamina roll, and let's get 9. If not, you will uncontrollably be sick and vomit, and to the point where you will receive temporary paralysis. In a vortex situation, it's deadly.
Oh shit! Sorry.
This could be
Just
the
Oh,
game.
oh, you are
Put some on
vibing!
fire. There you go.
Let's go! Oh my god!
My tummy kind of hurts, but I'm being brave
Burn
about
it.
it. I'll have you know.
You're being so brave right now!
That is ridiculous. I just got pinged about it, and it's like somebody sent me a missile code, and I'm like, oh my god, someone called me on the red line. I'm like, no, this is impossible.
Someone just activated the sleeper code.
Yeah.
The code word. The code word is Lazarus.
Yeah, it's immediate
Heart
paralysis and
activates.
just yeah, the muscle memory just sleeping, hanging on. Anyway, it doesn't work. You are okay, and you have a moment to share in that empathy before we start those rolls.
Is there a way I can secure Voodle to the... Can Voodle climb up into the stands?
Okay.
I think.
Now I want you to draw. This is going to be the most important social roll of the game, and we can rewind what's happened if you depend on your sociability, which you've trained. This is going to go great. Okay. Everybody has seen what's going on. Everybody is extremely interested. Farther than that, but that's the lowest. It'll go on the table. The difficulty will be 4. However, you are appealing to the highest caste, which for someone of your caste would equal a -4. So, let's basically you need an 8, a 6 would suffice as well, with maybe less impactful success. With the less impactful success. So a 6 or an 8 we're
what
looking
class
at.
was my mentor again?
What? I'm sorry.
What class was my mentor? Did we ever?
We haven't established one, but
Gotcha.
I am thinking about your out of arena connections. So we'll
Just when one last
okay.
appeal, please just save my. Please just save
Bat our
her. She
eyelashes
has...
really hard.
Yeah, just calling out an appeal. Just she's all that I have.
This is heart wrenching.
So, am I rolling a d12?
Skip. For the damage.
For the, or to the appeal?
Am I rolling or?
Yeah, who's rolling on that?
Oh, okay. No, yeah. So you rolled the 12, the perfect 12, right there, the most recent one.
Do I have to roll
Yes,
again to appeal to the stands?
Oh,
Or-
I would love to say you help, because Rinspeth
Okay.
is appealing and has basically one person has to be designated as a primary sociability. That's a good one to go with. But I would love if you could help. So I would say roll a d12. And let's add a quarter of it.
Okay.
I'll roll a d12.
That's
11.
fine. You get a 1. Yeah, it's perfect, right? You get between the 1 help from Skipp and the 11 with Rinspeth, you do get a 12, right? And it's far and above the 10 difficulty that I had set for it. But just a little bit. So still good helping. Your mentor, your mentor is the one that will appeal, Amara. Amara is actually a member of the Saru caste. And so she stands amongst the other cast members and say, please, we put a stop to this foolishness now. And they command their court mages to perform mystic arts with Void and basically transport Voodle to the North Seat. And they're basically going to be you know what, it is tradition that the strongest takes the throne. They place Voodle on the seat, and 4 court wizards perform blood rituals with sacrificial worms and bugs, in large quantities that can be farmed kind of behind. Everything does cost at a price, unfortunately. And Voodle is restored, with the help of your mentor. Limbs regrow. Now it's like a tentacle. And the torso is also kind of slimy, and basically they've made your Voodle is void marked. So enjoying some tentacles, and now you know what, Voodle is semi-aquatic. Voodle has acquired a swim speed, and gets to chill there the rest of the deathmatch. Is
Yes,
get to watch.
Voodle. God bless.
No matter what happens to you, Voodle is safe, and your mentor came through with your spear that has saved your life, and really hurt Minta, right? But also the mentor that saved Voodoo. At this point, we will move into sequential rolls. Skipp, your difficulty will be lower because you are locked in, right? It's much harder for you to go towards the vortex. You're already dug in. In fact, you're doing so well giving your hand to Rinspeth. If you stab the other sword in the thing, you'd probably even be better off. But that's a personal choice. The Yogzi will take one final attack as it maws out of the vortex one last time, and does something in particular. Let me put it on the map here.
At least Boodle is safe. Boodle is safe. That is all that matters.
Boodle is safe, restored.
Boodle loves you.
Better than ever. Tentacles don't make us different. This extremely large creature comes out and performs one last tale of horror. It is going to cast, essentially, subsonic wave. When agitated, their membranes reverberate incessantly. Oh, just kind of ringing. It's like beef, little like weird, just kind of squelching. It's little fish flesh. It causes nausea and disorientation. Non-Yogzi within D12 meters must make a stamina roll or succumb to biliousness. Let's see if it even reaches you, because D12 is you're 7 meters away, so needs a 7 or higher for this D12, or it doesn't matter. It does matter. All right, your character, and now roll a stamina roll of 7.
Both of us?
Both. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, everyone. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, praise Ea. The prophet's like, look at him go! And you're like really hung on. The waves go through you. You like in harmony together. It doesn't affect you. The Yogzi melts into the vortex, and the rolls happen. So we'll be doing 3 rolls of agility. Each one you fail will net you about 6 feet, 6 meters closer to the target. The goal is not to fail 3, and the goal is to succeed 3. You're already close to the end because it's been a little while. You've already been hanging on. But let's see how this goes. And that'll be a whatever your agility modifier is times 2 plus D12 plus 1 D12. So I think both of you have an agility mod of 2. So 4 plus 1 D12. I'm pretty sure for both of you.
Oh no.
So a 9 total for that first one for me?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely succeed. And definitely succeed for you as well, Skipp. 1 more. Or 2 more. This time the difficulty will be a little higher. Okay. Both fail. You don't let go of the sword. You don't have to like lose your weapon, but it detaches, and both of you go back. The 6 meters. Okay. Getting closer to the edge of the vortex now, and we will do 1 more.
If we fail this last one, do we vanish into the void?
We will see.
Or oh boy.
Okay. Definite pass. Skipp is like
Shit.
literally ab flexing. She's like ab flexing like in the middle of the pool.
Clenching so hard.
Yeah.
That's a 6. That's a 6 for me.
Can't be moved. Deepak does go further down. I mean, I'm sorry. Rinspeth does go further down. I was looking at the roll 20. So you do make it towards the vortex. Let's do a stamina roll and see if you're able to resist the effects of the vortex.
Six. Could I plant my spear towards it to help push me against it?
What I will say is that you can let's do a quick attack roll. Since it's so close, you're one off. Let's see if you can lob your spear in the top end of the Yogzi as it's going down and use it to create a little mass for yourself and steer away from the vortex center. So we'll just do one stab. If it hits, you're good.
5 plus. I
Plus
forget
your
what
attack
I
mod.
added.
Plus your attack mod.
I think it's because the weapon gives a +1.
It does. Oh, it has a its mod is 2, but you do get a 1 for movement related rolls. 3, however, its defense value is 10. Unfortunately, not enough to stab in its frontal lobe there. So you are sucked into the vortex. This will count as as 2 rolls one roll as on the exceptional hits table, and then depending on that, maybe a crippling injuries table or table roll.
Gotcha.
So let's roll just 1d6 for me.
3.
Oof. Stunned for 1 round, and you do roll on the critical injuries table. Roll 1 more d12 for me.
3.
3. The force of the vortex is enough that unfortunately, your leg is like the nerves in your legs are destroyed. Like they've been torn apart. Like you are unfortunately paralyzed.
Both legs? One leg.
Both, yeah, both legs. Oh, I'm sorry, one leg. Any weight is useless. Can't walk. Half walking movement rate is possible with crutches, and a general mobility is severely hampered. So you need to find or make crutches, or
Gotcha.
crawling is your only option at that point. You will, because you are stunned. I'm gonna roll some quick environmental damage. You take 6 drowning damage as the vortex
That's
plugs
fine.
up for only a single round. Both of you revert back, and you find yourselves in the arena you were in the first time when this game started. And finally, the sand is back.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah. The sand is back, and the monster pit that you originally found, where the Kuth originally came out of, is still there. Partially injured, partially not.
I never liked swimming. You know.
Neither did I. Like Rin is like balancing on one leg, just sort of
Is that pit
using.
open? Or is it just the grate?
No, it's sealed. Yeah, it's sealed by the grate. The grate is now locked.
Okay.
Well,
Let's give it up for our semi-finalists. Ayo! And you're like trying to cry, like trying to like have this awful sad moment. And just the incessant cheering of the arena of what just happened is just drowning out. Is just ruining it. It dies down for a second. You are able to speak.
give them a wave. They'll probably help you buy favor if you're the one that makes it out of here. Rin's just gonna
I
throw a
don't-
wave and she'll hold out a hand.
I'm really sorry. And I take out my. Is there a way to unpoison a sword or?
Yeah, no, you can just drain it out. Like you can just pour some water on it and just get rid of it, get rid of the grooves.
Okay.
It's like rub it on the dirt.
I'll
Flush 'em out,
assume that it
basically.
washed off. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I'm gonna just give her a good old clean.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
No hard feelings.
Oh, I hate this. This is so stressful. And I'm just gonna make it just real clean as possible. Should I
No tomfoolery.
roll for that? No tomfoolery.
No,
just
you're
swift.
yeah. So you will attack swiftly.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. But you're being honorable about it. This is Voodoo looks on and with respect. Is trying to clearly worried, but it understand. He understands that he's doing a little better than he was before. So you attack swiftly. Roll a d12 for me. Minus the modifier, which I'm pretty sure is 2. Sorry, 3.
Oh.
I don't believe. Well, Rinspeth, did you say you had armor?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Yeah. That.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And the DV is 7 anyway. Yeah. That's not a hit. It
This is
misses, but
awkward. I'm
you know.
so sorry. Are you sure you don't want to
Listen.
fight it out? Maybe a little.
Okay.
You're okay.
Fight. What? Oh yeah, I don't understand. I assume we were just gonna fight to the death.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw down my short sword and take out my 2 daggers. Just gonna,
Can Rin hop back a meter, like with my acrobatics?
The paces.
Improved.
Yes.
Improved ability of. Well, actually, how far? Actually, wait. No, there's quite a distance between us. I'm good. Never mind. I thought we were like right up next to each other.
Yeah. You are
Are
3
we-
meters away from each other. Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah. Then Rin is just spear at the ready.
Spear at the ready.
Do you have any
bouncing on the
leg
spear.
armor?
That's an oddly specific question.
I'm just wondering.
The answer I'm pretty sure is no.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Okay.
So
I assume it's Rin's turn since I just kind of
Yeah.
tried
Should
to.
we roll
so-
initiative?
yeah, no. So we're still using the same initiative order. So that'll be 6 for
Gotcha.
Rinspeth and 7 for Skipp. So
Yeah.
we're one across, but there's only 2 of you now. So you're up, Rinspeth.
What does a stun entail?
What is? I'm sorry.
There's a stun attack in here. It says.
Oh
close
yes.
roll.
Stun. Okay. Yeah. So -3. So whatever you roll, -3. And hopefully that hits if your modifier is already good enough. Maybe if it's a +2 or a +3 already, and then you perform an opposed roll to stun the target, where you'll both perform, like, let's say stamina checks or strength checks, whichever one is more comfortable, and then you'll oppose
Okay.
there, right? And then if you do, then Skipp will be stunned.
Can I instead then? Oh god.
Stress.
This is so stressful.
That's so much. You survive by standing on the backs of those that came before, unfortunately.
Yeah, literally. Shoot. Magoo. Yeah. Can I do a calculated strike?
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Okay, so I'll roll. Does it delayed attack modifier? So it's a later.
No, it doesn't change it at all. It just means that it would happen at the end of your turn, but it's already happening at the end of your turn, so you're good. You can perform it. So Rinspeth's initiative will go down to 3 from 6 temporarily, but it doesn't matter because you already had the lower initiative. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So you're able to take advantage of the +1 attack modifier. So roll your d12, right, or your roll like your weapon. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Right. Plus I'm pretty sure it was a.
Nice.
Is there any attack mod?
Plus.
Let me see if I'm gonna check for you.
Was the attack mod for?
Oh, this is a horrifying game. I'm just taking a moment to collect. Yeah, straight up like it's. Go together. There's everything. Okay, so it's so it'll just be your strength modifier. What's your strength currently? It's a -1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a -1 for that. So it evens out.
Okay.
However,
To a
Skipp
flat
does
9.
not have any armor.
Gotcha.
Mud people.
Mud people. Do I roll? Does that hit?
Yeah, for sure, because the DV would be 7, because it's the average without any additional. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. No,
How
because the
much
agility. No, the
damage do I
agility would
take?
be.
9.
Agility is 2, 7 over 9. Yeah. And then no, you can roll the damage again. Sorry, I was just doing some quick math. It's
Gotcha.
7 versus the 9. The 9 does win. What we will roll for damage now, though.
9 damage.
Yeah. It's a spear. It's pretty strong. Okay.
Yep.
Yup.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a spear in my fucking gut.
What is everybody's health currently?
I'm at 8. With that
You're at
damage.
8?
Yeah. Fucking
Rinspeth?
I'm at
dying.
24.
Oh my
Okay.
fucking god.
I took
Skipp,
no damage at all.
because you are under like a quarter of your health, I'm pretty sure. You're considered like injured, which is a -3 to all rolls. Rinspeth, I don't think you're halfway, correct?
Nope, not at
No?
all.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're doing all right.
And they were not all right. I'm gonna take. I imagine that I'm holding the spear. I'm gonna take the dagger in my right hand, and I am just going to try with all my might, all my strength, just Kobe her right in the dome. Just
Okay.
maybe.
So that'll be
if that's too much, it could be somewhere else.
no.
Called attack.
That's a great. Yeah, that's exact. Yeah, so I think it's a called attack, for for a non-helmeted region. Makes perfect sense.
Would that be a -6 mod?
It is a -6 modifier. Your DV right now, Rin is 9. So, in order to roll this, Skipp does already have a +3 to hit, however. So, you need a 6.
Okay. And I'm rolling my d4 for my dagger, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or 12.
Or what?
No, sorry. It's I'm just thinking it's. Well, I really want to make sure because this is super important. So I just want to make sure that I'm right before I mediate this.
No worries. Would it be my d12 or my d4? Which one?
For the to attack it's a d12, but I just want to see if. Okay, so currently the DV that we're trying to hit right now is 9. You're -6, -3 from called shot, -3 from the injured. You have a +3 standard. So it's the roll -3. So actually you would need a crit in order to hit this.
Okay.
Right? Because in order to meet 9.
Go.
So this is actually that's what I wanted to it really is like.
Well, I mean, what else am I to do?
We
Okay,
will roll.
well,
You can roll.
There's
again.
that. Oh my fucking god.
Is that an
The-
instant death for Rin? Ew.
The crowd.
Should I still
The
roll my
crowd
d4?
goes wild. First of all, we're gonna be rolling a critical injury table. D1, D12 for me, please. And actually, we're gonna roll here twice for the head, and once for the called shot, and once for the exceptional hit for the crit. So there's a couple of rolls here before we get to
My
damage.
stream actually went out as soon as you said what to do. Like it froze and I had to reload it. So what am I doing?
Okay, you got a perfect roll. Because it was a called shot, Rinspeth will roll twice on the critical injuries table. But because it was a crit, you're also going to roll on the exceptional hits table to see how well, so that combined will lead to what this outcome will be. Rinspeth, you can roll 3d12 for me and we'll see what we get.
Rinspeth or
This
Skip?
was ridiculous. I'm sorry, one more time?
You just said Rinspeth. Did you mean Skip?
No, you. You can roll the two critical on the critical injuries table, and then Skip can roll 1d12. I'm sorry, yeah. So 1 for Skip and 2 for you.
Word.
7, 8.
Okay. All right. And I'll read these together. So that'll be 1d12 from Skip. And then we'll see how this goes.
I had to reload. Roll 22.
Oh yeah. Roll 20. Roll 20. Okay. Stunned for D3 rounds. Two rounds, and suffer a -3 penalty for an additional 6 rounds.
6 rounds.
Okay. In addition, your hand has been crushed, and you have gained the flaw weak grip, preventing you from effectively using your spear. In addition, deduct 1 point from your agility, as the other leg has been injured. In addition, Skipp, now you can finally roll regular damage.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright. This is fine. So that's my D4, my D12 for the damage.
This is a D12. You actually have 2 rounds, so you can pick, like Rinspeth is stunned. Rinspeth won't roll a stamina check this round, but will next time. So basically, you can do 1 maneuver and then do 1 right after.
Okay. So, all right.
After the damage, so yeah. So after the damage for this one. So this is just a 1d4 for the short sword. 4 damage. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm at 20.
Yep. Or your DR should be 2.
Oh, and my
so
damage
you only
reduction
take
is
2
is
yeah.
is it 2 or is
Is
it?
how much?
I think it's 3 because I got heavy hardened
3.
leather.
Okay, so you only take 1. You
Wow.
only take 1.
Okay. Woo!
This is
Okay.
horrible. This is painful. This is
This is
down to the wire.
sucks actually.
Is my pure health might help me survive this?
How did we get
and
here?
then you can choose 2 types of maneuvers to do. So you can do like a I'm just trying to think of something like you can do a backstab here because stun, so you could do like a surprise attack here, or you can do an all-out attack.
Well, okay. Am I still on the other end of her spear? Like,
Is it stabbing you currently?
Uh.
No, it's been pulled out.
Okay. I'm just gonna go up and I'm gonna put extra force in that Kobe dagger that I just bopped at her. So I'm just gonna, or maybe take that out and stab again, whichever is more kosher, I guess. Neither of those things are good, but
Whichever one's more reasonable. Okay, so roll a d12. So I think probably what seems like the most reasonable here is an all-out attack, where you take a defense penalty. But why does that doesn't matter if you're, if she's stunned.
Yep.
So d12. Okay. Let me think. That does not hit.
yeah.
You have 1. Oh well. +3. It does
When-
actually because of your all-out attack.
Would it-
Yeah, because it adds a modifier.
Would
So
it zero?
What?
Would it zero out though? Because isn't the minus? Oh no, wait. Because isn't there?
you're
a minus 3 for being
you're exactly
horribly
correct. There was
injured?
already a minus. There was a -3 for the already injured. Oh my God! There's going nowhere. Okay, so one more roll, one more maneuver, and then Rinspeth can try to can try to get out of stun.
I will take my other dagger and I will try to stab her in the neck, and just because I still had that thing on me.
Yeah, another all-out attack. You can roll your d12 again. Still no.
Slips out of my hand.
Well, it's only a -3 for your injury. I don't think you have any other penalties, but you do have a +6, +3 to attack normally, and a +3 for your all-out attack. In this case, it would match exactly
hit.
9. Yeah, 6 is the minimum you would need to hit with this. So you can roll again, a d4.
Okay. My goodness.
1
I
damage.
take 1 damage. Am I schmoving and grooving now?
You are up. It is your turn. This is true.
And they have a -6 to defense mod.
That is correct.
I'm gonna do an all-out attack.
Let's go.
Or yeah, all-out attack. There's a 7, just with a +3 attack mod hit.
So you're injured at this point as well, or are you one above
at-
injured?
My hurt penalty would be 15. I'm at 20.
Okay, never mind. You're fine. You're fine on that end. So I just want to look up real quick to see what weak grip does, because I want to make sure that doesn't affect your ability to use your spear. But my PDF
Would
is a little
that-
slow right now.
I also
Crush
have
hand.
that strap on. Would that help me?
Yeah, you wouldn't lose your
my
weapon. It
spear?
just means like when you were stunned, like it still was on you, like you can still use it.
Mhm.
Or it's still like near you to be used. I just want to see if weak
Mhm.
grip would really significantly change
Change the roll.
about your roll. If you could take a look at if anybody has the core book open. I'm
I
really
am
excited
like
to see what this
shaking.
is. I'm shaking. Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm picking the right thing before I move with this. This is down to this is brutal. This is one-on-one, like no damage, but like crushing legs and limbs and whatnot. I mean, it's
The movement is good, it's just the power behind it. Like, we're both super fucking weak and tired.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god, I've been through so much.
If one guy killed another guy in an arena with a rock, wouldn't that be fucked up?
Crazy.
Okay, I found weak grip. The character loses their grip on a natural roll of 1 to 3. So if you get anywhere between that range, like you drop the weapon, but you don't have to do an action to pick it up because you have the strap.
Mhm.
So it actually does hit. Please roll damage. Yo, you did? Oh no.
Oh, no, I
it's
didn't roll
it's the same.
damage.
It's the
No, no.
same. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same die. Okay. This could be it.
Oh, yep, that's an 11.
Oh, there we go.
Rin is she's just gonna like flourish the spear and just go for like a clean shot. Just seeing all the openings of getting hit is just gonna go straight for the heart. Just stylistically.
It pierces, and in the moment before Skipp, what do you say?
I bled for you! As I like shout into the arena, and I guess I die. Just doubled over.
I cannot believe what I am seeing, everyone. This was a tale for the ages. Loss, love, life, and death all in one arena. And this is only 1 out of 3. Come back next week to see 2 amphitheaters in action and the final bracket to see all 3 as our first bracket winner, Rinspeth. Whoa! And the entire crowd, from Kalbi to Saru, the Kalbi have returned. The Kalbi and Ball 2 cast have returned as the water has cleared out. The full arena is back on. Everybody cheers as Skips. What do you do?
Rin is going to put her spear down, point down next to Skipp, and just kneel and close Skip's eyes. And then stand up and raise a hand and wave to the crowd.
The higher aristocracy basically bows before like the Colosseum winner, and you know, you who has a big family, a small residence, you know, and just so many people that came here to see you succeed. Amara is cheering, you know, from the Saru stands. You have a friend in the highest member in the highest caste, Lynn Dare Bitan, patrons of the Mastan Canal Arena. Pay your respects now to the winner of Bracket 1. Congratulations, and we hope to see you in the final round. As the cheers go off, Voodle looks at you, still sitting in the throne, reaches out for you, and as they get closer in the distance, the scene cuts. So that has been our Bracket 1, everyone, for Black Void on our PvP arena. Rinspeth, Darby, the winner. I was so happy to be your arbiter tonight. If the other players are still here and they want to hop on and reintroduce themselves, say bye, what they're doing, and their socials, they're more than willing to do so. Oh man, everybody's back. The hype. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I've been shaking my head though.
Respect.
Oh my god.
Wild.
My heart.
That
everyone.
was
My heart.
so
My whole
stressful.
fucking heart.
I'm sweaty.
I thought.
Can I just?
Go ahead.
All right. Can I just say, No Bones, in whatever dark, twisted afterlife, would look Skipp straight in the eyes and say, "That is why you don't do drugs."
Damn.
And then that's it. That's the whole lesson.
Hey, I
Drop
pulled
the battle
through on
axe,
my
Mike.
trip.
I was so excited when you took that, and I just. Oh.
There were so many turns. There were so many chances for death that would have happened without crits or crit failures, and they happened at the right times. I mean, that was absolutely one of the funnest sessions I've ever played. I'm so happy, honored to have gotten to play with you all for such a wonderful session. Like, definitely some of the most fun I've ever had. We will do outros now. This has been Black Void, everybody. Thanks again to Modifius and Leave the Tail for hosting us. Come back next week. Sub, do the donations. We'll, you know, I would love to see some more support for some of our arena combatants in the next week, and of course in the final bracket as we hype up that battle. Rinspeth here will be one of them. My name was Anthony. I was so happy to be your arbiter. You can find me on Twitter at Prain the Plague. And I'm doing a lot of stuff on We the Tale. I stream every Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I do Chew RPG. Kickstarter's ending. Go back it. It's really, really cool. It's almost ending. And I will be on Chew this Friday as well, along with several Extra Life games this week. RuneQuest on Saturday and Persona on Sunday over at Veldriant's Extra Life campaign. Go check that out. And I have a bunch of other Fallout-related things coming out later on in November. So that's me. But this was super fun, and we will start with no less than in reverse order of death. So the one that didn't die, our champion at Chaotic Darby, Rinspeth, please gloat, bask in your glory. The prophet demands.
Well, hello. I'm Darby. I can't. Oh god, this was so stressful. I was like, near the end, I'm like, okay, I haven't taken damage, and I got sucked into that vortex. That was, but hello, I'm Darby. You can find me on Twitter at Chaotic Darby. I very recently changed my username, but that's at Chaotic Darby. That's my real human first name, but really I'm just a possum in a skin suit. If you want to see some more things of me, you could follow me on Twitch. I'm starting to trek out on my own on Twitch. I am Dead Flower, spelled FLWR girl, on Twitch. That may be warranted to change, but yeah, I play games and stuff. So give me a follow on either of those platforms. That'd be it.
Do it. The champion demands it. All castes, everybody, all walks of life, all dimensions. You have been ordered. Going in reverse order again. The wonderful Skipp. Please, what awesome, cool stuff do you do that's just as cool as Skipp is? Probably cooler.
Hello. I am Fate Trouble. I'm pretty much there on almost every platform. I cosplay, I scream about D&D, I do art stuff, I'm a mixed bag of nerd things. Thank you so much, Arbiter, for hosting us and for hosting me and letting me have violence tonight. It's so fucking awesome. I'm still so sweaty from all of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
No, I thank you. That was like a glorious performance. I could not have asked for like better foils. I was like, I don't want to do this. It was just like I always wanted to cry. Like I couldn't get to read numbers, and I'm like, there's the deer looking. And no, it's too much. In again going in reverse order, Vernim, who's been eviscerated. Please take it away. You know, you were Azora High, didn't work out. What's up?
Please don't hate me for trying to kill the deer. I will never do it again. I am
First words. I'll never do it again. I swear.
I am Sir Hooper. You can find me on Twitter, Sir Hooper55. I stream on Twitch. I run a campaign called The Lost Caravan. We play on Saturday mornings on the Pathfinder 2nd Edition system. Kind of stream just whatever we're feeling throughout the week, so feel free to just pop in and say hi.
Do it.
Also,
They're lost.
yeah,
You
this
gotta
game
help
was
them.
amazing.
You gotta help them.
Anthony, thank you so much. This was so much fun.
Vernim was exactly the vermin swashbuckler that nobody expected, you know, and it was Minta the antagonist, you know, Minta this. Vernim's like, we just lose our pets, okay? We'll just trade, like, it's just tragedy, just absolute tragedy. I mean, it's just no, thank you. Again, in reverse, the pseudo antagonist of our session, unwilling, or I should say, willing at all costs to sacrifice anything, anybody, any possible organic matter for a chance at bigger bloodlust and void magic. Minta Deon. What do you do? Apart from
Yeah,
the blood
I
magic?
mean, apart from the blood magic, not much. I mean, that's kind of my MO, and what I do is just blood magic in my basement. Anyways, I am Sam. I go by Scribbles. I am the community manager of Weave the Tale, and you can catch me on Fridays with the vegan pacifist, totally sweet Colby Jack on Fridays. And super excited for that, as well as on Sundays with our Age of Ashes Pathfinder 2e campaign with Ian. That one? Yeah. Where I'm a completely innocent character as well, because I gotta do that sort of thing. Other than that, don't use copious amounts of fake blood because my skin is now stained red. So we'll see how that goes with getting all that off. It looks so cool though, but yeah.
It was very potent. That's why. It's because the blood ritual was as potent as it could possibly be, and
It's very
you are
potent.
literally stained with the blood and of those that came before. unfortunate.
I
but
fed it.
necessary.
I'm so excited.
The backlash was amazing. It literally it took everything away from you.
I'm like,
You know, it's just so great.
I love Minta so
I don't
much.
know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. It's like such a well, you know, what did you expect? It's such
it's
a
okay.
funny.
My
it's
heart will
absolutely
go on
funny.
somewhere.
Literally, I mean, you mean that literally, because Black Void, you know, multi dimensions, death is just a plane, yada yada. And finally, Bones, or should I say, no bones. Today was a Bones Day, but not for our first death contestant. Killed by the gentle and simple Kuth. You know, how uncouth once again. Please take it away. No bones.
No bones. Good night, everyone.
That's exactly where we're at. There's no better way to end it. Thanks for joining us for our first bracket for Black Void, everybody. See you next week and the week after that for more arena fighting. Bye.